Yeah. Black Man Unfiltered Network. We ain't here to play nice. We here to flip everything they told you was normal. Hey! Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we flipping tables. Yeah. We breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save it. Yeah. We flipping tables. This that real, no cable. Hey, if it's fake, we unplug it. Welcome to the table. Yeah. I came in the room, they was comfortable, quiet. Smiling in your face, but behind it is riot. They told me be calm, but I'm built for the storm. When the truth in the building, you better transform. They don't like a man when he speak with direction. They love you when broken, confused, and correction.
All right, man. So I'm glad to be here tonight, guys. Again, thank you for being here. If you want to give to the channel, you won't be able to do it through super chats because YouTube saw fit to say, hey, we don't want you to do that anymore right now. We want to pause you for a minute, and it's okay.
And you know what? I don't think so, man. I think the black woman is probably the most misunderstood.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really believe that because listening to what Tech Heed talked about today about, you know, folks wearing the wigs and them not really being proud of themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Come on,
wearing somebody else's hair. You know what I mean? I don't think they love themselves enough. You know, we love to hear them say, you know, we love that self-love and all this other stuff. But I don't think so, man. It's something that needs to be addressed, that needs to be talked about, because I don't think they love themselves enough. You know, they like to live off their accolades or whatever, but they never talk about what they love to do for other people. And I would really love to see them bring that back. You know what I mean? There ain't no love like the love of a black woman. I tell folks that all the time. When this kicked into gear, in full gear, ain't no love better than that. And I really want them to tap back into that, because right now it just seems like it's not given. You know what I mean? Around this time of Thanksgiving, it's really not giving me.
Well, JT, real quick, I'm going around everybody, give a quick response, and then we'll go into the video for tonight. But so, JT, what's up?
Yeah, well, I would say no. The most disrespected person, I would say, would be children. So, you know, I've always said that children are the most disrespected ever. You know, so that's my short answer.
All right, Anissa. Who planted this seed tonight? Go ahead.
I did. I planted the seed with Black Man. Sunday is my quiet day, so I usually take my quiet time and I try to relax and read and watch movies and things like that as much as possible. So I was just playing around on the internet, and so I came across this quote by Malcolm X that said it is one of the most quoted statements that he made from May 22nd of 1962, a speech that he did in Los Angeles, California. And it was a whole speech, but this part is what is the most quoted part. The most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the Black woman. And the most neglected person in America is the Black woman, Malcolm X. And it just kind of struck me because I'm like, wow, 60 years later, we are essentially kind of having the same discussion about Black women being disrespected or feeling disrespected. We've had plenty of conversations about should Black women be protected and being neglected. And I just thought about that after all of these years, we're still having the same conversation. We still hear some of our Black men call women bitches and hoes simply because they might have a dating standard, a preference that maybe you don't agree with. When you look at the statistics, and I wrote some of them down because I want to get the facts out there before people start getting emotional and with their feelings, that Black women are 3 times more likely to be a victim of domestic violence compared to white women. American Indian and Alaskan women come in at the second highest. Every 9 seconds in the United States, a woman is assaulted or abused. Every day, 3 or more women are unalived by a boyfriend or husband. These are statistical facts. The UN, United Nations, did a report conducted on 71 countries and found that domestic violence against women was the highest in Ethiopia. Up to 2/3 of women in certain communities in Nigeria and Lagos say that they are victims of domestic violence, Black women. So it is an issue. We can't say that this just does not exist. It's not a thing. I think statistics are important before people say, well, what did she do? And what did she say? And why was she there? And all of these things that come up as almost not a justification, but sometimes as an excuse for the things that are going on and that we're seeing. We're seeing, the Keke Palmer situation. We're seeing the Cassie, situation. And these kind of things are going on across our nation. And just because you don't know it and you haven't seen it, obviously by the statistics, it's happening, and it's happening every day, and it's happening right now. So I just thought that it would be, it just kind of struck me, and I just felt like, some of these conversations we're still having 60 days later. 60 years later, rather.
Now I want, if I could say something real briefly before Trey stirs up the pot. I hear what you're saying. I do. You know what? Never mind. Trey, I'm going to hold it. Trey, go ahead.
Thank you.
We got the spoon too.
If Malcolm X were alive today, I think he'd change his mind.
Exactly. You took it
But
right
you
out of
don't
my
know
mouth.
that.
You
But
took
you
it
don't
right
know
out
that.
of
So
my mouth.
we're going to go by what he said from 1962.
Now,
So he
Anissa,
obviously felt this
Anissa, Ray let you speak. Ray let you speak. So
He
Ray,
did.
come on. Trey, let you speak. Come on, Trey.
Y'all can bring y'all household stuff on this show. Y'all got to do that.
Come on now.
Hey,
Okay.
Miss Armstrong, how you doing, baby?
One of the reasons why
I'm going to mute. So I can't say that.
One of the reasons why Black women feel so disrespected is because they left the Black man. So your decision to leave us, the one group of men who would give their life to protect you and to respect you, you moved away from us. You expected another ethnic group to fill in that void. And all they did was get political power and more money off of you. Meanwhile, hurling you into more debt and putting you in a more powerless position than you've ever been in your life. And then what you want to say is that Black men, we don't respect you. I don't understand how the two correlate. You didn't choose us. You don't want us. There have been several Black women who have spoken on these platforms, on the social media outlets. You don't want our protection. You'd rather choose hyper-independence and hyper-masculinity. You'd rather choose white men. So if you don't want us, then don't get upset that you feel disrespected by us. If Malcolm X were alive today, I would question whether or not he'd feel the same way. I have a true belief, because I thought he was one of the more logical men in our history. I do truly believe that he would say something quite contrary to what he said in 1962 to today. If you want us, you want our respect, you want our protection, you need to stand by our side. Not in front of us, not necessarily behind us, but beside us. This whole help me thing, how about we do it? And do it properly, do it correctly. Until then, guys like me will continue to live our life. We'll continue to do it, because as I've said before, many times before, I'm 38. I can play this game for another 20 years if I want to, and still find a partner in my 50s, if I so choose. I have time. Black women do not.
Okay. Hold on, Nissa. Hold on. I'm going to let this one.
Wait a
Let's get
minute,
everybody
Nissa.
out
We're going
first.
to let you
Let's get
cook.
everybody out first. Arpain, go ahead. Arpain. Nissa, hold it. Because I know you finished getting. Arpain, your turn.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all anymore. I mean, when in '62, it was true. Black women were down bad. You got to put this in historical context. Over the years, there's been watershed things that were targeted to help Black women come out of that malaise. Not up to and including BAPS in 1997. Fortunately, Unfortunately, and Black Girl Magic came out, and all kinds of endorsements for Black women have came out, and they're still here today, the laws and everything. And Babs, unfortunately, with Babs, Black women still look like those. The Babs, they haven't grown. Fake hair, lashes, fake asses, the whole 9 yards. They haven't. And so, and then Black Girl Magic, which was a good thing, was good. I agree with that. Then feminism took over, and Black women ran with that like they were crazy. I don't need no man. I can do bad all by myself. No other race of woman ever said that. White women didn't say that. Nobody said, just Black women. You're a dusty Black man. So today, I mean, listen, Black women have enjoyed a whole bunch of shit they didn't enjoy. But along with that came the psychosis of not really feeling comfortable in their own skin. That's why they're the most wearing wigs and most wearing makeup and all of that kind of stuff. And it just shows for inferiority complex that they're and I'm gonna land it here. They're too envious of white women and beauty standards and all of that kind of stuff. And they need to get over that shit. You know, they need to get over that shit, man. Black women have enjoyed everything. Mayors, they're all kinds of shit now, man. Black women are just, they could run circles around everything if they want to, but they're taking it and the pendulum swung so much in their favor, they don't even know how to wield that goddamn power. They wield it for bad as opposed to good. And that's why we have this divide right now. You know, so, I mean, let's just stop it, man. I mean, stop the bullshit. You're not victims. Not victims. I disagree. Anybody will take you over a Black man in a heart fucking beat. Excuse my language. You know? So, no. And you know what? I'm not really getting on Black women because there's historical reasons why you're in your position you're in today. It didn't happen in a vacuum. We are all subject to the puppet masters at the top. Black men have their own psychosis. Black women have their own, and being the most unprotected and unloved and shit is not one of them. You know, I mean, come on. You can do almost anything you don't want to do these days. You know, so you can't be the most educated, quote unquote, the most, this and that, and be the most biggest victims at the same time. You know, you gotta pick a struggle. Anyway, that's enough for me.
Oh Lord, take heed. Take heed to them. Well, you know what? I know you love Black women because our pain, because you said something so prophetic last week that we just could not get it out of our heads. Here it is.
The toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
Okay, you gotta get off the internet, bro. You can't be out here like this.
Take heed to the message. What do you have for us, bro?
I just want you to know I've used steaming ass twice this week. So,
Right.
You might want to license that or get a copyright.
Take heed to the message. What do you have for us?
So this is my mindset. I have to agree with Trey. Yeah. And now you know what? I'm surprised myself. I have to agree with Trey. He's right. Because when Malcolm X said this, he was talking to the sisters who were on the A game. He was talking to the sisters who were with their husbands. He was talking to the sisters who wasn't out here having babies after babies by different men. He was talking to the sisters who were trying to keep their home together. That's who he was talking to. He was talking to the good Christian women who went to church and did what they were supposed to do. He was talking to the good Muslim women who went to the masjid to do what they were supposed to do. He ain't talking about these ratchet chicks out here, these 304s. He is not talking about them. So his concept back then was for the good Black woman. And there are still some good Black women around, but it's just we hide in the background. And most of us are already married. So you got all the hyenas and the 304s at the front. So now when they get hurt or something like that, now all Black women got to rally behind them. Now, I know some people going to say, well, why would you say she shouldn't be in a certain type of place? I'm going to tell you why. Late in the midnight hour, you're not supposed to be at a hot dog stand with your son. So something go down that you not protected. You should be, first of all, you supposed to be home. Second of all, you should have cooked dinner. Why you out late at night at a hot dog stand in the hood? Okay? Let's get it right. Then second, you've been dating this guy for over 2 years, had a baby with this cat. You had cameras all in your house. So if he was whooping on that behind, why you had to go to 2022 to get some still pictures of him pulling or something like that? And God knows it probably was you pulling on him. He was trying to move away, but we didn't see the whole video. Then when the mama come and do a whole video, okay? The mama is so ghetto in hood. And I like I said on my channel, the mama is an alpha female, even though alpha female don't exist, but the mama is hood. Ain't no way she raised a soft young lady, because my mother is an alpha female. And all me and my sisters are alpha females. It's only that my husband tamed my mouth and tamed me. But if he wasn't around, I would be doing some rah-rah nonsense. And let me share one more thing with y'all. Alpha females don't get beat. They don't.
What?
They don't.
Okay.
So now we sitting up here running behind her with torches and everything, talking about, oh, she was abused. She was abused. You was in a 2-year relationship, and you say he was abusing you. Where is the receipts? I'm tired of women coming to social media and they talking about all these things happen to them. Where's the receipts? Because I'm tired of y'all, these brothers getting locked up. Then 20 years later, you come out, well, I'm sorry. That's it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. Now, I'm not sitting up here disputing that women do not get abused. I'm not saying that. There are some women that get mistreated and they get abused, okay? But sometimes these women, the statistics, does it say that it's the man that's doing it? Because sometimes it's the sisters that's coming after the same sisters. What? Sometimes it's women who are bulldaggers coming at the same ones, or studs, I think they call them. So it's the same one. They be in a relationship together and the other one whooping on the other one. So I would like to see, is it men that's doing it to them, or are they doing it to themselves? Is another woman whooping on her? Because we sit up here and we blame the Black man for everything. But when you learn how to take accountability for your own actions, then we can talk. Because we sit up here and we want to blame the Black man for everything. But in reality, we told the Black man in the 70s, we didn't need your ass. What? I'm done.
Reckless, I don't know how you're going to be able to follow that.
Easily.
She was preaching, especially when she went to Take Heed, chapter 3, verse 45. She said, alpha woman don't get beat. Go, Reckless Ray. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to read from the book of the Red Pill, chapter 2, verses 7 through probably 56.
Come on, D.
First off, I want to call out the complete inaccuracy of the assumption that Africans are Black. They do not consider them Black. You shouldn't consider yourself Black. But since we want to break this down into this level and you want to have a class denomination of a loser, let's go with it. First of all, since Black women want to be segregated so bad, stop using white people's shit. Matter of fact, stop using men's shit. How about you use all the shit y'all done made, which is damn near nothing. Damn near. If every man blipped off of this planet right now, your caloric intake would immediately go down to 800 calories a day. Stalin himself couldn't have come up with a better diet for you to die with. That's reality. The reality of the situation is y'all don't want to do the stuff that men want to do. And then we come up with this victim Olympic thing, but you're also at the same time the most educated, while at the same time being the most in debt, producing zero generational wealth, which all of y'all talk about all the time. But somehow you're not able to, you don't even know how money works. That's how removed from the functioning of society that you are. By and large, y'all don't know how to do things. You spend a lot of money on degrees and look for titles, not understanding access, not understanding how money works at a fundamental level. Your households are trash. You produce weak men. Y'all can't even do that right. So every piece of the West breakdown is because you're right. People do look to us and copy everything that we do. And they specifically copy everything that you do. Y'all are ruining women, period. Like, this ain't even a joke anymore. Like, this isn't a game. Black Man Unfiltered, y'all done created men so weak that these little man-aged boys can't deal with hearing things that make them feel some type of way because they act like you do and resort to emotion to where they want to demonetize and deplatform anything that they don't want to hear. You know who else does that? Black women. You know who else advocates for everything and wants to shut everybody the fuck up that says anything they don't want to hear? Black women. You know who else is doing it now? All women. And you guys want to like bring everybody into the blanket because you're getting what y'all are the only ones who politically are getting anything you fucking want. What more do you want? What do you want? You want to terraform this entire planet to run like your shitty households run when it's just you. This country ain't going to survive that. And you don't want to be contested. You don't want to be held accountable. You want to go back to this all black women are getting beat. Did you get your ass whipped today? Did you? Since all women are getting beat, where's your black eye? Like, I hate hearing this shit because you guys paint this narrative. We're not the ones saying this isn't us versus you. We are men. We solve problems, which means we just won't deal with you. And then you get to get your dog and die alone and have miserable lives and being the upset auntie. But like I was saying in the back chat, apparently all of you who don't have a man somehow know exactly what you want and exactly what you need and exactly how things should be. And you are hell. Y'all are living in hell. You don't have what you want. So how do you know what you want if you can't manifest that shit? Y'all all getting well over this wall and apparently know everything about what you want. And it's not just you. You're influencing other cultures' women. We're going to have a generational issue because those women are now breeding weak men. What's going to happen when you don't have a man who's willing to go work to 60 to 100 hours a fucking week to make sure shit's set up so that you can have the safety and the things that you need and the luxuries that you want since y'all want to compete? How many more psych meds are you going to be on? How much harder are you going to work till your bodies break trying to do what we do best? Trying to compete at something that will inevitably lead to the downfall of not only things for yourselves, this entire nation is actively burning, actively falling apart because we got men that act like y'all do. What else do you want? Like, that is an honest question because honestly, this is the way that I've looked at it. Because I've been in a relationship where a woman's put hands on me before. And I just didn't deal with that bitch. You should only have to get hit once. I'm being honest. And seeing how some of y'all put yourselves out here on these YouTube streets, I could understand how, I'm not saying it's right, but I could understand how somebody might have to knock you upside your fucking head to reset you to get you to fucking listen. Because y'all don't want to hear shit. Y'all don't want to be held accountable. You can barely have conversations. And everything is apparently, you know exactly how shit should work, but it don't. And it's not. I mean, y'all got a black woman out here right now going wild on viral on TikTok talking about Dave Ramsey's advice doesn't work for black people at all because she believes all black people are in poverty when it's 14 fucking percent, and the other 85% is a majority of black people that aren't in poverty.
These hoes ain't loyal. You gotta find some.
Like y'all don't want to listen to nobody who don't look like us. Fine. Navigate like that and see where it gets you. It won't be far. And there's no accountability, and apparently everyone's putting hands on you. How are we supposed to make this work? And it's to the tune now that, like black culture, y'all become cancerous to the whole. And my question is, if y'all want to be segregated, then be segregated. Y'all need to have some spinster neighborhoods, put up fences, keep the white man out. Y'all police it yourselves, be warrior queens, and see how that shit works out. But there's no resolution to any of these conversations because we always divert back to apparently every man here is just beating a woman. I mean, JT, can I see your fist real quick? Does it got some trans level thick makeup on it right now because you done come across a woman's skull because they be trying to look like them dudes now?
I gave that up.
Trey, you done snatched a BBL off a fucking thought. Where you at, bro? Because you always in a hallway. Like, I mean, I don't know. Lit, you done slapped some fake titties today?
No, man.
I ain't pushed over an antibody bitch when I was at the gym. Like I don't know. Because like if we all beating people, then there should just be a litany of bodies just laying around sleeping with their asses up. Because apparently we just beat everybody and take it.
I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't understand what you want. You're already favored in corporate America. You have favor at getting these high-paying jobs because you weren't advocating to go pick up trash or do waste management or build homes. You weren't advocating for that. You wanted to be at the top, and you're getting those jobs, and you're fucking that bag up because you don't know how money works. Making $250,000 a year. Your savings under like barely cresting six figures. Your net worth less than mine. What do you want? What else do you want? You've gotten everything given to you on a silver platter at the expense of your men. Because you know what they can hire in place of a white man, of a black man? A white woman. That counts as a minority check. Y'all advocated for that shit. Black women count as 2 checks. You circumvented the men. And then you're mad about a small percentage of men that are beating you. That's the current complaint when you've got everything else. I don't know. I'm a grown-ass man. We have conflict. I've avoided getting my ass beat my entire life. Any ass beating I caught, I walked into that. There's a 50-50 shot, and sometimes I didn't win. Y'all are talking about avoiding a small percentage of men. But the reality of it is, even when y'all don't fuck with men, period, you'll get your ass whipped quicker by another chick. Y'all are getting divorced at 75% rate for woman-woman marriages. Y'all having the same problems you have with men with each other. It's not us. Not 100% anyway. Because if y'all can't work it out between 2 chicks that are both warrior queens, then what the fuck you want us to do? Y'all don't even like yourselves.
Show me a bridge 100 women built.
Show me a house 100 women built.
Don't hurt him, man. You back up.
So let me say this. Yeah, it's my turn. I'm gonna get mine out, but I'm not gonna get mine out by speaking. I'm gonna get mine out another way. Because before the show started, I said, is it that black women are the most disrespected, or is it that it is black women who are the most disrespectful? And so by saying that, I want to share this with you. And this is a journey we're going to take. So everybody take a seat get your glass of wine because I put this together. JT is about to go down. I put this together because Malcolm X said something, and I want to listen to Brother Malcolm. And then I want to see, after Brother Malcolm speak, I want y'all to in your minds, right when the video goes off, in your mind, I want Anissa go first because I know she want to respond to some of this. In your minds, tell me, are these the women Malcolm we're talking about? So sit back, just like, listen to Melissa in the chat. She said, lay back, kick it, and enjoy the ride. Here we go. Let me go ahead and present this to you this evening. Brother Malcolm will go first, and then we'll see what you guys think afterwards. Here we go.
Is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. And the only time a Muslim really gets real violent is when someone goes to molest his woman. We will kill you for our woman. I'm making it plain, yes. We will kill you for our woman. We believe that if the white man will do whatever is necessary to see that his woman gets respect and protection, then you and I will never be recognized as men until we stand up like men and place the same penalty over the head of anyone who puts his filthy hands out to put in the direction of our women.
As an alpha woman, what I had to be very intentional about being softer for my man and to my man. Because as much as I want to be handled with care and with love, so I handle him with care and with love. And it's been baby, I think you know that I'm a very strong and boisterous woman. So as an alpha woman, what I had to be very intentional about being softer for my man and to my man. Because as much as I want to be handled with care and with love, so I handle him with care and with love. And it's been baby, I think you know that I'm a very strong and boisterous.
I've been mad for years, okay? I've been mad as hell for a long time. And nobody listens to me, bro. Nobody listens to me. Nobody. What you mean mad for what? What do you mean mad for what, Mom? Like, what are you really saying? Like, what are you really saying? Like, you've been acting different, though. Like, what are you talking about? You're always mad. You do not listen to me. I done been raped and all type of. You know that? No, you don't. See? You don't. I didn't know. You don't know exactly. Because it's you. I can't talk to you, Mom. Wow. I can't. This is the only time I can talk to you. Look how you right now.
Oh, I gotta back up. I gotta back up
because, you need to stop.
Because I see the breakdown in this communication here. One note that I wrote down, and I want to show you this. This is literally earlier, before your daughter came out here. I said, doesn't seem like she likes to communicate with her mom. Mm-hmm. And then I did not know any of this. And it just said out of her mouth, I don't feel like she listens to me. Mm-hmm. And when she said that, and when she described a moment where her body was violated, you passed right over that.
I'm mad. I've been mad for years, okay? I've been mad as hell for a long time. And nobody listens to me, bro. Nobody listens to me. Nobody. What you mean mad for what? What do you mean mad for what, Mom? Like, what are you really saying? Like,
Okay,
what are you really saying? Like, you've been acting different, though. Like, what are you talking about? You're always mad. You do not listen to me. I done been raped and all type of. You know that? No, you don't. See? You don't. I didn't know. You don't know exactly because it's you. I can't talk to you, Mom. Wow. I can't. This is the only time I can talk.
You think you have kids?
I'm not having kids.
What you mean you're not having kids?
I'm not having kids.
That's what you was born here to do.
No, I'm not.
Why would you not want to have kids?
Why would I?
I'm asking you.
I want to have kids. I don't see any benefit.
For giving somebody life?
You have a kid and your life becomes about the kid. I want my life to be about me.
Oh, you selfish.
That's okay. Kids are annoying.
What?
Not apologizing for never have and never will.
And she's not.
And I'm not.
And she means
and
that.
I mean it.
I know that my producers told me that recently you helped your daughter. You've been
a lot.
Her.
I does everything. I kept her kids while she ran around from Ohio to Detroit. Shut up, I'm talking. Let me talk. She left with the Ohio. Then she went to Detroit. Then she ended up in Florida. Who had her kids? I did.
And you choke slam my baby and my brother.
Right,
exactly.
Stressed out.
And so you harm your grandkid because you're stressed out.
Whatever. Like I said, you dead.
And that's fine. Big ass baby.
I'm not
Your
a big
grandma
baby.
did that to you. And yes, I gave her my whole
How
life
did you give
for
up my
you.
life? How
I
did
was
you give up your life for
17
me?
when I had you.
That's your fault.
I was 17 when I had
actually
you.
brought to this
I
world.
didn't ask
But
to have you.
Okay, then
But
why
I did what I had to do to make sure you was good. You
did
ain't
what you had
never
to do,
lacked
wouldn't be
nothing.
here.
You ain't never
And that's the
lacked
problem. You
nothing
think
in
that
your
'cause you
whole
give me-
life.
Just because you
Your
give me
whole-
everything, that doesn't mean
I gave you my life.
You didn't give me your
I
life.
gave you my life.
How did you give me your life?
Everything. I gave you everything. You ain't lacked nothing. Clearly, you ain't missed a meal. You everything. Everything.
Okay.
Why is it that many men have a problem with women that have a higher salary bracket?
If the money you make changes your attitude towards men, it's not the fact that you make that amount of money. It's the fact that you're with that amount of money.
No, it's the fact. Men have been conditioned so long to believe that all you have to bring to a relationship is financial. So when they don't have that, and the woman steps up and says, well, I have finances, what else do you have? And they don't have anything else. No communication. They can't talk, they can't cook, they can't clean. So really it's because they realize that they're the in the situation. You're the in the situation. And that's the reason why you're acting like.
After I gave him the ultimatum, he just looked at me in my face and was like, if you feel like you need to move, move. And so we went through 3 months of like chicken, where I had no friends in Vegas, no family in Vegas. I just really blurted that out. I did not mean it. I had no intention. I had no job. I had nothing. I had no plans on moving to Vegas. I thought I was going to force this man to propose to me. For 3 months, he was like, do what you got to do. You want to move, move. So the last day I was putting my stuff in the car, he came over and helped me put my stuff in the car, and we putting stuff in the trunk, and I just started crying. I'm like, you really gonna let me leave? He looked at me and he said, have a safe trip.
Who the fuck said we wanted to get married? Y'all always thinking that we want to get married. We don't give a fuck about that shit. And y'all not hurting our feelings when y'all be saying that shit neither. We don't give a fuck.
So you're saying, Miss Starr, that you don't necessarily need to have a committed, long-term committed relationship with a man?
I didn't say we didn't need
That's marriage.
At this point, we don't give a fuck. And y'all men be saying that shit about us women when, like, that's gonna hurt our feelings. Apparently, if we doing what we doing, we don't give a fuck about being married at the moment. So stop it. Who the fuck said we wanted to get married? Y'all.
All right, that was my explanation tonight. I just wanted to put that out there. Alyssa, I know you wanted to go first, honey. The floor is yours, and then we'll go around the room.
Knew this topic would get y'all going. I really, really did. That's why I brought it up. Hey, everyone had their opinion, and I definitely get where everyone is coming from. The only thing I did want to say to take heed and Ray, I think most people know by now, most women do not file complaints or restraining orders or go to the police or anything on the first incident of abuse. Most women, the first time they are hit or slapped or whatever, they don't automatically report it. Most people do go. So when you say, why aren't there receipts? Why didn't you do that? Unless you've been in a cycle of abuse, you really wouldn't understand. I have family members. I'm not finished, Ray. I have family members, my family, that I've known all of my life that have been in abusive relationships and have been married to men who have abused them. And they stayed in those relationships because of the messages, not because of these messages, but you know how people like to say on these YouTube, you stay in that marriage, you stay for the kids, you endure and all of that. And these women were abused. So I think it's disingenuous to sit up here and say like, oh, this shit just does not exist. It's not happening. You know, there's no way that this stuff is going on. We know that it is happening. It does happen to certain women. I'm sure nobody on this panel would have ever raised their hand to a woman. I highly, probably agree with that. But to say that it's not happening and that all women automatically run to the police to report these kind of things, is not the case, especially when it happened, when you're talking about abuse. So I think we just need to be honest and genuine about that.
Now I will say this real quick, guys. Let me say something to that. Most women today, I think the women that Malcolm were talking about were the women that a man could say, "Hey, baby, I need you to calm down and go sit down," and she would calmly go sit down. I don't think he was talking about the women today who weaponize their femininity. And let me explain what that means. That means this is the woman that will run up to a man and say, "You bitch nigga," spit in his face, punch him in the mouth. And then the man retaliates and knocks her teeth down her throat and makes them her shoelaces. And then she'll call the police and say, "I'm a woman and he hit me." And he goes to jail. And I think a lot of times these men who go to jail and get these convictions, and the reason those numbers are so high that you're talking about in abuse is because sometimes those women instigate those moments.
What about the real ones? I'm talking about the real ones.
I've seen them. I'll give you one closer to home. My sister.
Let's talk about the real ones.
Okay, I'll give you my sister.
I'm just saying that this is an issue. Don't sit up here and act like this is not an issue.
I'm not saying this, but I have a sister. My sister Kim. My sister Kim was married. My sister Kim decided that one day she wanted to get mad. She needs anger management. She's an idiot, and she decided she wanted to get mad and hit her husband upside the head with a fucking pan. Well, her husband lit into her fucking ass, beat the dog shit out of her, and I'm on my way over there to kill the man. When I get there, the police there, he's in handcuffs because he defended himself. My sister's sitting there like this. And when the police left, I told that bitch not to play with me. She weaponized her femininity and got him arrested.
And so are you telling me that those are the only cases that there is no case of a man that abuses a woman? Unless that woman has put hands. Are you saying that does not exist in the world?
I got one question, panel, and I'm going to be done. I swear to God. Let me ask you a question. I'm finna say this. If I'm driving a car, Lord help me with this one. If I'm driving a car and I hit Trey and Trey's driving, and I hit his truck, boom. Who's responsible for that wreck? I am. I'm responsible, right? I could have avoided the truck. I could have ran into the truck. A lot of our, and I'm telling you, I'm not saying this across the board, but a lot of women will see the signs of a man. A lot of women will choose a hard dick. A lot of women will deal with a black eye because they love the hard dick. A lot of women could get out of a situation where they're getting their ass whooped. But when he having his good days, I like how he treat me when he not mad. So I'm going to stay and keep getting my ass kicked. When do you get to a point?
That goes to my point that all women don't immediately report abuse. They don't immediately go to the police the first time they
and neither do the men.
The first time.
Neither do the men.
A lot of women don't automatically do that.
But whose problem is that? Whose problem? Like Anissa here, you want an honest answer? I'll give you an honest answer. I don't give a fuck about stupid people. Like, if you're going to get beat to death, hurry it up. Get it over with. Be gone. That's the reality of it. Like, if you're going to go catch some paws and then go back to get some more paws, as soon as you go back, all bets are off. You a body. Be dead.
Right. Who goes to the
That's
zoo?
No one's responsibility but that person's. We don't have to feel bad for someone because they're stupid. It's 2023. I do not feel bad for dumb people. Period.
I worked a ton of domestic violence.
Take heed. You go next, baby.
Okay. I worked a ton of probably it's got to be well over 500. It's a ton of them. It was every single night that I was on duty. I was going to a domestic violence call. Yes, there are men who physically abuse women unprovoked. I have worked those cases. That is
Thank you, Trey. It does exist.
That is a real
My
thing.
only point.
However, in my career, it was not the majority. The majority of the DV situations, the woman provoked it. She was either mentally abusive or she was emotionally abusive, and or she aggravated the entire thing to begin with. As I told you before, I arrested far more women for domestic violence than I did men, because in DC, you arrest the aggressor in DC. So you take whoever started it. So, but to her point, it is a fact there are some guys who do not handle their stress well at work. There are some guys who are not handling their money stress well. They do come home and they do take it out on their wife. But it was not every night. It wasn't every case that I went to. What I also know is that typically when those situations happen, those women were the ones who reported it first. Those were the first time reporters, because it was so out of left field for them. They never seen it before. It never happened. The husband had never done it before. So they did report it. Or the neighbor called and they reported it. The ones who did not report it were the ones who were typically provoking the fights. They were the ones who weren't calling it in the first time it happened. So it depends on the experience. It depends on what state you're in. It depends on the laws. It depends on how the police react. It depends on a lot of different things. I will say this, and I want to say this to women. You got to be a special kind of stupid to pick a fight with somebody who's bigger, stronger, faster, and quicker than you. I understand that women have been pushed and indoctrinated to believe that you think you are as strong as us, not even on your best day. When I had the flu, my girl wasn't as strong as me. And I was down. When I say the system was down, I was down. She still wasn't strong as me. You are a different kind of silly and stupid to want to get into a physical altercation with a man. It is something you should not do. And this idea of fight or flight, no, it should just be flight. Your entire mindset as a woman should be, I need to get the hell up out of here. I need to get to safety. But unfortunately, what I saw a lot was, I'm going to fight him. And I'm going to try to use the system to my advantage, even though I know I'm going to lose this fight. I know I'm going to lose, but I'll get him on the back end when the cops get here. Now, if that ain't abuse, I don't know what else is.
But
So
we don't talk
when
about
I
that
said-
though. We don't talk about. Go ahead, take it. I'm sorry.
When I said my statement earlier, I didn't say that it doesn't happen. I didn't say that it doesn't happen. There are women that are being abused. There are, okay? But the thing is that if you're being abused by your husband or your boyfriend, why are you there? Is it something that is keeping you there? You understand? Okay. This is my issue. Is he buying you everything that you want and you getting that ass whooped?
It's the penis.
This is my problem. Because is he laying down a pipe?
He's so silly.
You know what I'm saying? Is he laying down a pipe and it's all right? I'm just saying to me, listen, I like I said earlier, I am an alpha female. The women in my family are alpha females. Okay.
Now, these men on the panel said there's no such thing as an alpha.
No.
Ray
And I
said
said
there's no
it
such
too.
thing.
I said it too. It's no such thing. But this is how you deem a woman that is masculine, right? Okay. So anybody who know me, or either you hear how I talk, you hear something in me that you couldn't come to me with foolery. You know what I'm saying? You hear something in me that you know you couldn't come to me with nonsense straight up, because I'm going to give it back to you. Now, it takes a certain type of man to control a type of woman that is a masculine woman. Okay? Not every man is going to put up with that foolery. Not every man is going to take time to teach a woman like me. Okay? But I'm telling you straight like that. When a woman takes the time to be with a man and he whooping on her behind, you got to be a certain type of stupid. I'm sorry. I'm not. Listen, it's wrong. Okay? But the fact still remains, you laying up there every night and this man is whooping on you. Why are you there? Your daddy done spanked you. You already been raised. Why are you there? And then later you wait 10 years, you wait a whole decade to come to social media and tell everybody this man has been abusing you, but yet you got Cartier, you got all these name brand bags, you got $20,000-$30,000 he been giving you, and now when the money stopped, now he's been whooping on me, but there's no receipt. So I'm tired of women, and this is, listen, I'm not taking up for any man who do any abusing to any woman, but I'm saying to the fact is, if somebody is whooping on you, baby, you need not to protect them. I don't care how much money they're giving you, what kind of contract you signed or whatever. I'm just speaking. This doesn't make sense. When they have so many laws that favor women in the first place, why would you stay in a relationship like that? Unless you doing tit for tat, you beating on him too. That's my whole problem. I'm not saying that women do not get beat, but you gotta be a certain type of foolish to let a man just jump on you, and you have already been raised by your daddy. I'm done.
All right, now before anybody else, hold on, just a second. Alex Keaton says women do not stay in abusive relationships because of the D. Let's not engage in misrepresentation of serious issue. The critiques of certain archetypes of Black women can still be valid without making up ish. Now, I want to do this because I know Alex grew up in a subdivision called Whiteville, but I want to take you to the hood. Come over here to South Dallas. I want to take you to South Dallas for a second. Everybody that's in the channel right now, everybody that's in the chat right now and watching right now, I want you to go over to the chat and put a 1 in the chat if you know women who are getting their asses beat and they're staying because the man got a big dick and he can stroke it right. Put a 1 in the chat right now, and I'm going to show y'all right now what I'm talking about. Put a 1 in the chat if I know a whole bunch of women will take an ass whooping because they know later he gonna stroke that dick right. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you know women who stay with abusive men because the sex is good and they get all type of feelings and orgasms and it can't nobody fuck them like Pookie, and so they stay and get them ass whoopings. Look at the ones. Look at them. Oh my God. Oh my God. I knew I wasn't the only one. That's for you, Alex.
Alex defeated the statement by saying that, well, they're not staying for the money because we don't have no money.
Exactly.
So it has to be the dick.
It's the dick.
if it ain't our money, I mean, you answered your own question. If it ain't our money, then it's got to be we doing something else.
Well, but let me just say this real quick. It is part of the Black woman psychosis, right? The vast majority of Black men don't beat Black women at all. And here we are spending all of this time talking about this bullshit. And, that's like the go-to. I mean, let's talk about why our relationships are so fucked up based on some real stuff other than the abuses. Every single woman has men that abuse them in their relationships, and it's never the majority, and neither is not the majority for Black women either. So that's not the reason why our situations are broken. That's not the reason. That's just an excuse. It's a Cynthia G movement bullshit, man. Listen, you guys have chosen the lives that you're living because y'all want men to bend to your will. We're not fucking going to do that. I don't know how many times I'm sorry, man. I don't know how many times we got to say the same damn thing. And not only that, if we did bend to your will, y'all don't want that. You can't move forward with a man who's behind you, licking your butt, man. No women wants that. So we're not volunteering for that shit no more. You'll find some simps and you'll keep him for as long as you can stomach him, and then you're gonna spit his ass out, or you're gonna cheat on him. And that's another gaslighting shit you all do to men. Or they're all cheaters. Women are stroking a whole lot more than men are. Most men can't. If a regular non-select man can't go around having an affair, they gotta cultivate that shit, right? Women could give up the pussy to anybody they want, and a lot of them do. So I mean, we gotta stop. First of all, Black women just gotta stop gaslighting the brothers. Just gotta stop doing it. We got some bad guys out there, but we're not. Most of the guys most Black men will give everything they have to the women who treat them with respect. I mean, man.
Run through a wall for him. And you know what, Arpain? I want to add this to what you just said. Because I'm telling you, Arpain, and I don't mean this in no bad way, but the old hoes are being brought to the front of the sanctuary. And let me tell you what I mean by that. You see what happened with Kirk Franklin. For 50 years, his mother lied to him about a man who died, who he went to therapy because this man ruined him. And the man wasn't even his dad. The man put so much energy into a man, was his mother lied to him, and still to this day, after 2 DNA tests, this woman's still saying that ain't your daddy. Now, let's fast forward. Tyler Perry's documentary just came out. Tyler Perry said when he was a kid, the daddy beat the shit out of him, beat the blood out his back. And for years, he beat him all the way up until his teen years. Tyler Perry said when he turned 30, he asked him, man, why did you? He said, I got tough enough to say, hey, man, you beat me when I was a kid. Why did you beat me? He said, because I felt like you weren't mine, and I felt like your mama cheated on me. Well, Tyler Perry turned 49 years old when he got a DNA test. That man was not his fucking father.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's just one of those.
Hold on, Arpain. Let me
I'm sorry.
I'm lowering the casket in the ground right now. And you can
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anytime this Tyler Perry, one of the most successful men, has lived his entire life trying to build a relationship with a man who didn't even help create him. His mother died in 2009. So now Tyler Perry, if you go watch the documentary, he said, I got to live the rest of my life with a hole in me because I don't know who he could be out right now. Is he a successful businessman? Is he dead? Is he alive? Nobody knows anything about my mama seeing any side dudes when she was married to my daddy. Tyler Perry's family member said they had 2 kids. Tyler Perry's the baby. They had 2 kids. Those 2 girls, them 2 kids before Tyler, they never got beat. The daddy wasn't no drunk. He went to work every day, paid all the bills. When Tyler came, he became a heavy drinker and he became very abusive. I wonder why. Because he knew that baby wasn't his, and he knew his wife went out and cheated on him.
And you think he's justified for beating Tyler's ass?
I'm not. He's not justified. Hold on.
But I'm got his ass beat like that.
How you gonna move the goalpost to Tyler? We was talking about you. Like you have the ability to leave.
He brought up Tyler. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to BMU. He brought up Tyler.
I am not letting this goalpost get moved, Anissa. I'm sorry. It's not happening. We shut all counter arguments down. The casket's going down.
We're not going to be on silver tonight. Come on,
You're saying he was justified in treating Tyler the way that he treated Tyler. Is that what you're saying?
No, man, we're not going to do that.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's not right, but I understand.
Okay. As long as you say
that. Let me nail what I was going to say, though, and I'm going to end it here. One of the things that's really, really depressing, not depressing, distressing for Black men is that I think more Black men readily admit the failures we have going into the war we have with drugs, some of the criminal activity. I don't see a lot of men running away from some of the faults that we have. And, you know, so, I mean, I don't know how much more hat in hand we could possibly be with Black women. I really don't know. I mean,
if a fuel is inside of a man, you can tell Kirk Franklin on his documentary, if that camera wasn't there, he probably would have slapped the shit out of his mama.
Yeah.
See, you don't know what you will take a man through mentally when a woman has to. My mother, who's supposed to love me and nurture me and be there for me and care for me, went out and stroked another dick other than my daddy's. I'm talking about Tyler. Other than my daddy's, got pregnant with me. My daddy had to deal with that for 50 years. Tyler Perry said, when I found out what happened, and I found out he wasn't my daddy, Tyler said, I put the man that I thought was my dad who abused me. Tyler Perry said, I understand. Tyler Perry said, I'm taking care of him. He ain't gonna want for nothing for the rest of his life. He bought him a mansion, bought him a nice ass, expensive ass car. The man is living good. He traveled with Tyler, right? Because Tyler understand my mama, he ain't gonna say it out loud, but your mama was a hoe. And she influenced what happened. They said that man did not start drinking heavy and get abusive until after Tyler was born. This is what the family members are saying. Because he knew his wife was out there fucking somebody else. And she was a housewife. She didn't have to work. She didn't have to work.
You know what? We can Monday morning
Instead of
quarterback.
abuse a child, he
We
should have left.
we can Monday morning quarterback. He shoulda, coulda, woulda. Listen, if worms had guns, birds wouldn't fuck with them. This idea, this idea that we live in a utopian world and everybody is supposed to have the proper reaction when things happen is ridiculous. Is Tyler Perry's dad, was he right? Of course. I don't think anybody on this side of the planet would agree with what he did. But is he human? Was he hurt? I don't understand why women don't think that we don't hurt. If a woman that I love slept with another man and got pregnant by another, it hurts. And I cannot.
Like when y'all go and make other families that live right around the corner.
Stop.
Just the same, Trey.
Stop.
No, you got to feed that.
I cannot guarantee you how I will react. I can't tell you how I will react. Listen, hang on, Anissa. Hang on. Because I've been through this. I found out that the son that I was raising for 13 years wasn't mine.
Oh shit! I would have gone totally.
And I am only happy that I reacted the way that I did react. That all of those years in the military helped me be stoic. That all those years in being in law enforcement and being shot at and spit on and all this other stuff and being able to keep my emotions under control helped me. Because I'm going to tell you what ran through my mind when I opened that piece of paper and it said 0.00. I wanted to knock her teeth down her throat. That was my first thought. I was hurt. And so this idea that men don't get hurt and we just are supposed to just react. Oh, we all supposed to be this stoic. No, some men don't know what to do. And so they lash out and they abuse and they shouldn't, but they do. And it is what it is. And we have to get them the help that they need when we realize that they need some help. Now, I don't know whether or not Tyler's dad got help or not, but I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback this man because I don't know how he felt when he was in love with this woman, thinking that this woman was out here doing the right thing by him. And she wasn't. And so she put Tyler in as much jeopardy as he did.
Sure did.
I've had enough of this idea that I'm not supposed to feel anything.
Nope, you're not supposed to feel. You're a robot. You're a robot.
And that if I have an outburst, or if I decide to get physical, suddenly I'm wrong.
How have women felt that for a long time when they're the ones creating these babies and then tricking dudes into raising them? How can you even say that?
How many of you
honestly,
men have been married and had
every woman who gets pregnant knows the baby is hers. Every single one.
Let's be honest about it.
How many times has a man tricked a woman into raising a child that wasn't actually hers?
A lot of them.
Okay, so you know how women feel.
No, it's not that you know how women feel. This is a difference.
How you feel.
Let me put something on you.
I'm so sick of that bullshit.
First and foremost, you have a womb. The men don't have a womb. It's always going to be when you were trying to compare that to men taking care of other families. That's not comparable to what you're talking about. Let me tell you why.
It is comparable.
No, it's not.
The same hurt for a woman as it is for you. You can say that it's not, but
no.
You don't really believe that shit. Come on, man. You don't
we
believe
should
that.
embrace your outside children. But oh my God, I'm just
No, Anissa. But you didn't answer the question that I asked you. What that he's trying to explain to you right now is, it's an outside children. You know it. He didn't just show up and be like, "Hey, Anissa, this is your kid. Look, surprise! Every child you have came out of you. You know it's yours.
Exactly.
There's no other person that's going to bring a child to you and be like, "Hey, Anissa, this your baby." And you be like, "Yeah, I believe that."
EMU, I blame you tonight. Let me share something with you. Alyssa is by herself, okay? Because I'm the only female next to her by herself.
Island of delusion by herself.
Listen. We on different pages, BMU. We on different pages because let me share something with you. Okay, my mind and the way that I talk is from my king. See, Alyssa is different. She talking just from her own standpoint. You feel me?
Right.
So it's not even fair, BMU. You shouldn't even have me on the channel tonight. It's Alyssa by herself. I'm looking at Alyssa like, what the hell is going on? But I understand.
Well, the next time you need to come up, please.
I'm gonna share something with you, baby. You had me at the part where Tyler was getting abused because what was going down. But then you jumped ship. You jumped ship when you turned around and said, well, we women, when we do it, well, when they do it, it's different. Now I'm gonna share something with you real quick. Okay, because I know the brothers is sitting back.
I didn't say that.
You said like this, you said, but when y'all do it and go out and make babies. So the difference is that when they do it and make babies, right? We rarely got to see those babies. We rarely got to deal with those kids, those side chick kids. I was a side chick. I was a side chick. I'm sorry. I was a side chick.
But they know you exist.
So let me share with you.
They know you exist.
I ain't never had.
You affect her whole life. You take resources out of another woman's life.
Let her finish.
Alyssa, wait.
Let her finish.
Alyssa, wait now. I have always been respectful. Respectful. Let's keep it tight. So now, when I was a side chick baby, I ain't never had to deal with this woman. I never had to because I'm gonna share with you why. Did your
daddy take care of you?
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Well, let me finish. He had to take one.
Let her finish.
Let me finish. So this woman here that had a whole family with my father, and my mother was the side chick. Okay, it's different because listen to me. If his wife would have had a baby on him like she did, and I'm not justifying what my father did. He did wrong. He had a good woman in his life. My mama was this light-skinned, beautiful hair woman. Okay, so his wife didn't look like that. So yeah, he gonna rock with my mama because she looked beautiful. But my mama was the side chick. She was not worthy enough to be called wife. So yeah, he did wrong. Oh, she done went off and everything. She ain't even
Don't worry about it. Keep telling your story.
Testify.
Well, anyway, I'm
just she just getting some more wine. That's all.
It's different. That's what I'm saying. It's different because when a woman do it, you opening yourself up to be conquered. Okay, so this plays in a man's mind. When you open yourself to be conquered by another man, this plays in his mind. Men take it differently than women do. Now, should I say that the woman should stay if the man do her wrong? I don't suggest you stay. But if you stay, then you got to deal with the consequences. Okay, and I'm gonna share something with you. Hands down, Tyler Perry, may his mother rest in peace. She was wrong. Because that ass whooping Tyler was taking, she was supposed to keep that ass whooping. She was supposed to. She let that boy take it because she know she was messing around with somebody else, the milkman or the garbage man, and now boom, Tyler was born. And instead of her just saying this marriage is done and leave her husband, or just tell him to stop whooping on this boy, no, she got quiet and say nothing. So I blame the mama too. Sometimes black mamas do foolery, and I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Some of them do foolery because they will get out here and have babies with different type of men, and they got a king at home. But because he's working so much, she can't spend no time with him. So now she out there creeping with the garbage man and whoever else. Okay, because even my father, who made my mama the side chick, he was looking at my mama two-sided. Like you got a dark-skinned brother that be coming up here rocking with you, and you want to blame me for this baby right here that you carrying? It was until my grandmother came to the hospital and was like, she's ours. She looks like us. So if it wasn't even for my grandmother telling her that, my father would have been like, it ain't mine. So we gonna call a spade because when women do it, when we do it and go outside our marriages, we destroy our marriage. It's different.
I don't agree. That part I don't agree with. I will not
Come
agree
on,
with that
Anissa.
part.
Come on, Anissa. You
Let her explain why.
Go ahead,
Let her
Nissa.
explain
Go
why
ahead.
you disagree.
Go ahead,
Why you
Anissa.
Women are angels, Trey.
No, I agree with what Take Heat said about Tyler Perry's mom. If that was the situation and if that's what happened, definitely that's accountability on her part. But me personally, you cannot tell me that the hurt that a man feels from a woman going outside and doing all of that is totally 100% different from the hurt that a woman feels when her man goes outside and makes something. You can't tell me that those women.
So you saying that when a man do it right, when he gets the backlash of the woman going out and she brings the baby home, so he feels his feelings don't matter, because that's what it sounds like to me.
No, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I am saying that man has absolutely every right to be hurt, upset, and everything else. But don't sit up here and say that when that happens to a woman, like you all talk about all the time.
No,
I'm not finished. That how your daddies and your granddaddies had whole other families around the corner or whatever. You can't say that woman didn't feel hurt and disappointment and all of that from that.
No, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that.
Let the women have it, then we'll jump in.
No, I'm saying to you that it's different. I'm saying to the simple fact is that when a man has raised a child, this is the problem with us, with our women. When a man had raised a child up to 13, Trey, no shot at you, up to 13 years old, and thinking that this child is his all the while, and the mama knows she was doing some foolery, how dare we sit up here and be like, he should not feel some type of way? I'm just saying, this is not right. This is not right.
Not right. It is
so
absolutely
what
not right.
What we talking?
You know what?
Said there was a difference between, because the baby comes from the woman, and it's different from when a man makes an outside kid. That's different from how
I got you, JT. I got you. Anissa, let me say something to Anissa. Real quick, Anissa. Me and you together. You go out and fuck Jimmy down the street. You come back home to me. Tyler Perry's daddy the supposed daddy, did never approach the wife about it. He just knew, right? You know how people talk around town. I seen your wife with Earl, right? So he never even approached her, right? So hold on. So imagine if you get pregnant. I'm going to work every day. You're a housewife. I'm taking care of you. I'm paying all the fucking bills, everything you won't need, the groceries, everything in the house. I'm taking it. You're cooking, cleaning, but I'm at work every day, and I'm coming in from 16-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, and I'm coming home. And you're laying in the bed saying, oh, I'm cramping, and I'm going to get you your favorite ice cream. I'm going to get you your house shoes. I'm going to get you, I'm oiling your body down. I'm making sure you're taken care of. Then you have the baby. Then you bring the baby back home. Then I'm in there hugging up with you, and then the baby crying. So now you spending time on another man's seed. You get up in the middle of the night, rocking another man's seed. You taking care of another man's seed, breastfeeding another man's seed, putting Pampers on another man's seed. I'm not getting the time that I want from my wife because my wife gave her pussy to somebody else and have another baby. And now I got to sit up here and listen to this whining ass baby all night that does not belong to me. You don't know what psychologically that would do to a man, hearing a baby at 2:00 in the morning, knowing that ain't his fucking child.
That you also get the privilege of paying for. You get the privilege of paying for that too.
One mic, y'all. One mic.
You gotta let JT go, man. You gotta let JT go.
I'm about to over here looking like me with no hair, bro.
I'm about to put a panel. One mic.
You don't think that's psychological to a woman? How do you think I feel like that my man got his dick around the corner, got another bitch pregnant? You got to take resources from my house and my kid to go around the corner.
Well,
wait a minute. Every man who steps out and has sex with a woman gets her pregnant. All women get pregnant. All women get pregnant.
Hold on, y'all. Anissa, in 2023, Anissa, in 2023, if you use your resources like your mouth instead of running it and put it on some dick, back that ass up, fuck your man right, he won't be around the corner with Sarah because Sarah gonna get it pussy
your
up.
woman the same way
We gonna move along.
First
Hey,
and
go ahead,
foremost,
JT. Come on, JT. We got you, man.
First and foremost, it is not
If you had
comparable.
been home, you see wouldn't have been doing what she was doing.
It is not comparable at all.
And she loses value like a motherfucker.
Women live polygamous lives even when they don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have you had a woman that got a child that's the same damn age as the woman that man that she was with that had another child, and she still take care of both of them damn children? Yeah, she probably was hurt that he did it.
Wouldn't dare do it.
Understanding this.
Wouldn't dare do that shit.
You wouldn't, but what we're trying to say is this is what it is in general. Women would get over this shit. They have gotten over it. Let me tell you why. First and foremost, polyamory and polygamy has always been, and it's always been in the favor of family. It's always been in the favor. So when you had those men that you were trying to talk about in the 40s and in the 60s and all that stuff, you gotta remember they come from a lifestyle of polygamy. If you know anything about the South, you already know there are families that married other families, right? There are other people that married other people. You ain't gonna even just listen, huh? You ain't gonna even just listen. Anyway, let's go with this. A woman has a womb. She has a womb, which means that's the most dangerous thing she can do is to share her womb with other men. One of the reasons why is because in the results, you would have a 50-year-old man thinking that there's another man that was his, and he hate him for that man for his whole fucking life. He hate that man. His mama knows that. You ain't never had a woman that had to experience that shit. Never. She ain't never had the experience a man that sit back and died knowing that that child was not his, and he still took the brunt of another man's. No, wait, you can't agree if you said that a woman's hurt and a man's hurt is even equal. It is not, because you have
don't
a
want to
womb.
accept that it's equal.
No,
You don't
listen.
want to recognize.
Anyway, it goes down to this. Women, you have a womb. You have children for the man that you are with. That's why it is important for you to have that. So when you go out there and you share that womb, fuck the pussy. We ain't talking about that. We talking about lives. Lives. There are show after show after show after show where you got these paternity tests, and a woman can't even find out of 9 dudes, she still can't find one dude to be her child's father. She's
fucking that kid up.
Right. So it can't be the same as a man. Because at the end of the day, when a man has it, guess what he end up getting? Child support. He end up getting his kids pay him for the rest of their life, not even knowing that that's their goddamn daddy still. He get a lot of, life gives that man consequences already. When a woman
It
can
has
sit
no
back
effect
and
on the
die.
woman, though.
I didn't say that it didn't have an effect on her, but it didn't have the effect that it has on the family when a woman goes out. When she goes out and she shares her womb with a man that she did not intend on having children with, while she's with her husband, man, that man would kill that whole goddamn family.
Man.
He will. The first one that he gonna take out is that child. Let me just put it to you like this. I ain't gonna even pussyfoot around it. Most men don't want to take care of another man's child at all.
Goddamn right. You goddamn right.
You just mean that
You goddamn right.
you can't accept what you dish. That's what.
Anissa, hold on. Even in the wild, a lion.
The only thing
and
it
a
means
cub,
is you can't.
no. Anissa, even in the wild, Anissa, even in the wild.
Somebody pray for this woman.
If a male lion dies, and the female lion. And the female lion is still sitting there with her cubs, and he come over and make with her, he'll kill all the cubs. But you know what, Anissa? But hold on, Anissa. You said, Anissa, you said there's not a difference between the women and the men. I'm going to show you scientifically that it is, and I'm going to pull it up. And after this, I don't want to hear nothing else from you, okay? Because I'm going to prove it right goddamn now. that is signed. I'm going to prove it. God, damn now.
Do it.
And I'm gonna read. Trey. I hope you're ready for this. This finna knock your brains out as soon as it pulls. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Now, let me zoom in. Let me read it to you.
You see them blue eyes and them sperm cells. That's how you know it's a fact, Anissa.
Yeah. Let me read it. Let me read it to you real quick. It says, "Mind."
Baby, I'm in the medical field.
Yeah, I know you're in the medical field, but if you was, you would have knew this. It says, Mind Foster reports that women retain and carry living DNA from every man whom they have sexual intercourse with, according to a new study by the University of Seattle. I ain't got to read no more.
Bunch of homunculi. That's why you angry.
Hold on. So not only,
no. You gotta finish that, BMU, because doesn't that talk about when the women were dead, they still had the DNA in them?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Nissa, I will say this as well. Now, not only do I got to worry about you get up in the middle of the night taking care of that other nigga's baby, but I also got to worry about when I'm eating your pussy, I'm sucking his dick.
You done got his DNA in your mouth.
And it stay in your body till you die.
You carrying the rage of 10 niggas right now, Anissa.
Right. So he up there. Trey did. Lost in translation did.
Women you date, Ray. Don't put that on me.
Hey, bro. There needs to be more race in the world. It'll fix itself. Y'all need me to fuck everybody.
I blame you for all this tonight, Alyssa. I blame you for all this tonight. I just wanted to come on here and have a nice conversation on a Tuesday. I blame you, Alyssa.
And then listen, you
talking about on everything, Alyssa.
Anissa talking about, ooh, let me sit on your face. But when you sit on the face, it's another nigga dick on your face.
I'm just trying to make sure, Anissa, that when all the men disappear, some of you can build houses. That's the only reason I'm out here in these streets.
She's skeeting in your face. She's skeeting in your face, and the DJ hit her in the back of the car at prom, nut all in your mouth.
Oh God!
And she 50 years old.
I read that same thing. So in all actuality, that ain't really your wife. In all actuality,
you're right.
She community property. That ain't your wife.
Now, Nissa. Now, what's the difference now, Nissa?
Poor babies.
I don't take nothing home with me. So I can go in there and take a shower, put some Old Spice on that dick and be ready. I ain't carrying nobody else's DNA. But on the other hand, I'm in there.
Why would you be putting Old Spice on your dick? Old Spice. R-Pain, is that what y'all did back in the day too?
Hold on, first of all.
No, that's things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
Steaming ass. Steaming ass.
Hashtag R-Pain after dark.
Oh my God. So anyway, Anissa, there is a difference, honey, because you're carrying that man around with you. And you know what? Scientists has only proved what the Bible says. The Bible says soul ties. When you tie yourself to another person, science has only proven what the Bible says. So you're walking around with another man in your body. You just walking around with him in there.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Do y'all think there's any correlation with the sexual liberation of women, the amount of sex they're having with men, and the overabundance of hypermasculinity to go along with it? Like, do you think there's any connection because they're having so much sex that they're becoming more masculine because they have so much DNA inside of them now?
You know what, Trey? While you playing,
I can answer. I can answer that.
I'm gonna say this and let y'all rock. Trey is getting to a point that the women are becoming so masculine from sleeping with all these men. They don't have to go have trans surgery because the nut that's in them, the DNA's in them, gonna do it for them.
That's why they calling each other bro.
Yep,
they running around.
Yeah, like one of the girl was in the video that was talking to her mom. So masculine. She was hurt. Obviously, she was hurt. I don't want to bypass that. She obviously is going through something. She clearly feels abandoned and neglected by her mother. But her mannerisms and her demeanor was so masculine. And I just wonder, with all these women as free as they are, and I mean, and they free out here, trust me, they getting it in, okay? They free out here. I just wonder, is that playing a role in this it's an incessant need to be masculine. Like, I wonder if they are even in control at this point.
Well,
can I offer an explanation?
Yeah, you can. Let me say this real quick. Even when I took my kids to the Cotton Bowl Classic, the football game between Grambling and Prairie View here at the Cotton Bowl, and there were girls out there talking to dudes, and this is the girls. Hey, bitch, stop playing with me, bro. I'll beat your motherfucking ass, nigga. That's how they talking. They're talking like, I'm ready to box your ass, right? And then they go from you bitch ass nigga to getting hit. Oh! They go right back to their femininity, right? Because that slap to the face, it brings that femininity back out, just like God every month. When these women try to act like men and they trying to act like stud muffins, a stud muffin is a woman who still gets a period. Acts like stud muffins and she a stud and still getting that period every month. God reminds every month. You see that thing bleeding? You are a woman. Know your fucking place. You're down for a week. Know your goddamn place. Stop trying to, Anissa ain't brought this up. That women are really running up on men today, punching them, spitting on them, trying to stab them. What should a man do till the police get there? I'll tell you, put her ass to sleep. That's what you should do.
Well, in most jurisdictions, you're going to jail anyway, so.
Exactly. If I'm going to go to jail,
you might as well get your money's worth.
Spend that $5. Yeah.
So
go ahead,
listen. Okay, let me tell you the way I look at it, right?
Uh-oh.
And a lot of people, I've said this before. The sexual dynamics between a man and a woman are completely different.
Yep.
Right? So the man releases all kinds of energy into women when they have sex. I don't even care what the woman says. She's absorbing all of his energy. And the more sex a woman has with more men, all that energy builds up. Now, if you know anything about electronics, a woman is a capacitor in that sense. They're storing all that energy. But a regular capacitor in an electrical set can dissipate that when you plug in the air conditioner, you plug in all that energy dissipates. A woman doesn't have a way to dissipate it, so it manifests itself in her psychosis, in her being masculine, her taking drugs, her being belligerent, her being all the bad fucking things that happen to women. It's because a lot of them have so much dick, they don't have no place to release all that energy. So it manifests itself in all of these things that they have wrong with. That's why every woman that comes on these panels who are mad at something, there's a man somewhere in the nexus of all of their angst and problems. So, so that's why women need to be cool with how many men they allow in them, because they don't have no way to release that energy. So it manifests itself in all kinds of bad behavior. And with the promiscuity of all the women and the sexual energy in the marketplace, it tells you all you need to know how chaotic and out of pocket the women are. Because the men have always been the same. Our sexual energy, our sexual desire, our need for sex is a constant. That shit has never changed since the beginning of time. And we'll take sex from a woman any way she'll give it. That's just not true the other way around. So all I'm just trying to say is there's a real reason. There's a corollary to an electronic capacitor with women, all that energy, and whether he's shooting in you or not, you absorbing everything this guy has to offer. And then that's what's happening.
Rich, let me ask you this, Rich. Are they even in control? Like if it's taken over, can they control this, or are they just, is it like NPC robot? Are they just running on whatever was stored?
You know, that's a good question, Trey. Let me help you out with that one. Let me help you out with that one. Here's the thing: when women have kids, they do something to you genetically. I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that. Yesterday, I was on a panel, and one of the girls said that she loves tomatoes, but after she had kids, she became allergic to tomatoes. So that lets me know that it does alter you genetically. Another example, you ever been around a couple that's been together for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and people always say, you guys sure do look alike. You know what I mean? That's because those people have been together and they've shared so much DNA that the woman begins to look like the man. So yes, that does happen. But here's the thing, what we want to do, women, we like to ignore stuff like that. You know what I mean? You have a way of dealing with your problems in such a way where you don't want to address things. You know, you want to put everything in a window, in a box that you can contain. And then outside of that is the rest of the world. Well, guess what? The rest of the world is where the men live at. And we're telling you, the world is not what you think it is because you're inside your box. And what I do is I come on these panels, I hear the little anecdotal evidence, and I'm pulling up scientific journals from the rest of the world, from different communities, and they're agreeing with each other. And what we do is what women do is they like to say, well, I know somebody who did this and I know somebody who did that. That's not a scientific method. We can't use hearsay as a scientific method. So my thing is this, when somebody's introducing new information to you, it's best that you pay attention, show respect, ask where they got it from, because that shows curiosity, and then ponder the information that you got instead of just saying, oh, well, it's not his fault. Now, to speak about what we said earlier about, you know, if a woman feels bad if a man has another child, that's because she's not asked to provide for that child. That's the difference. A man has to go out and sacrifice, spend all his money. You're worried about spending his money, the money that he made. No. He didn't ask you to go in your pocket to take care of his responsibilities. And I think that is that's the major, it don't got nothing to do with you didn't work for it. He did. Let's be real.
It takes away from my household.
You didn't work for it. He didn't ask you to pay for it. I'm speaking. Thank you. Now, like I said earlier, he didn't ask you to come out of your pocket for anything. That's the difference. That's the difference. And my thing is this, what women really don't understand this too. I'm going to go ahead and put this out here. I'm going to go ahead and pull back the curtain on this fourth wall because it needs to be said. And I'm going to say this with all due respect and all due love. Okay? Women need to learn that femininity is not a weakness. You need to learn how to wield that thing with the power that it is. The problem is you guys want to wield masculinity and you don't know how to handle it. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to let you in a little secret. It's hard being a man because when we wield masculinity, there's consequences. You see what I'm saying? When women wield masculinity, there are no consequences. Women are being given a pass because they're going to say, oh, she's not strong enough or he's big enough. He can take it. Let me explain something to you. There are men out here who will outsmart you, but we just let you think you're doing what you think you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Out of grace, because we know who we serve. But my thing is this, I'm going to start telling y'all like this. Women need to get a hold of themselves. Yes, you do. You need to get a hold of yourselves. You need to learn how to respect people, not just your men, each other, and random people you do not know. That's the reason why people don't want to do business with us, because we don't want to doggone listen. We don't want to give each other eye contact. We don't want to give each other respect. We don't want to look each other in the eye when we're saying the truth. All we want to do is say, when you're done talking, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Well, guess what? I'm going to get this off today. I really am. Women need to get their things together. Learn how to treat men with the respect they deserve, and you'll get a better race of men. Yes, you will. Men already know how to treat women. They open doors for them. It's built in. We already know. We know to keep you on the inside of the street, away from other cars. We know how to do all this. We have had a lesson in taking care of you. That's what we do. We're built to do this. But what I'm seeing is that women are falling down on the job. They don't know how to take care of their men. And that's the problem. All we're asking you to do is to do your job and to be feminine and to be inspirational. You see what I'm saying? We didn't even ask you to be thick because some of us like the thickness. But at the end of the day, if you can't help us, then what are you here for? And my thing is, I'm going to tell you this in love. We don't want to leave you behind. We really don't. But we're tired of talking to you till we're blue in the face. We're tired. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But my thing is this, learn how to respect people. Learn how to respect yourself. Start there first.
Can you tag me in real quick?
Go ahead.
I think that we need to have a class. And I think the name of the class needs to be Healing Hoes. Let me tell you why. there's a lot of women who have trained their daughters. And I'm sorry, let me take that back. There's a lot of women out here. Let me give you an example. Shout out to my brother and my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law says her daddy ain't shit. He ain't shit, ain't never been shit. He ain't about shit. Ain't gonna never be shit. All right? He not with her mama. He went and married some other chick, blah, 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 blah. Same old shit you've been hearing since Ricky Lake. But my thing is, I know her mother very well. And I said, sis, I want you to know that I love you. And this is out of love. When are you going to hold your motherfucking mama accountable? She said, what that mean? My mama did the best she could. She did? Because she fucked your daddy while he was with that woman that he was about to marry and got pregnant with you. Second of all, you and your brothers all have different daddies. Third of all, your mama don't know how to talk to people. She's very abusive to y'all growing up. But on Mother's Day, she's the best mother in the world. Y'all giving her flowers. Y'all put her up on a goddamn pedestal. I'm talking about overall mamas now. Men get put in got drugged through the fucking mud. Even Tupac gay ass, I'm sorry. Even Tupac ass said in his song, what did he say? Even though you are crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. You are a crackhead. When are we going to start holding women accountable and these women telling their mama, you're the reason I'm a hoe because it's genetics. I watched a therapist today. I watched a woman with a PhD today that says that their trauma from your mama of being a hoe is passed down to the child, whether they see you doing it or not, because it can be passed down hereditarily. Right down to the fucking child. And then you wondering why these kids move in with their grandmamas and they still hoes, 15, 16 years old, sucking dick. And fucking behind the school. If we're going to have a real conversation, that's our real conversation. When we going to hold grandmama and them accountable? Like we do granddaddy. Granddaddy. Like Anissa just said, he had a whole fucking family on the other side of town. But why we not talking about grandmama sucking Deacon Johnson dick on the third row of the church after church was over? We're not talking about it.
Black man, this is where I think we're making a huge mistake here. I think this idea of wanting to hold women accountable is fruitless and useless. I think those days have passed. I think we're making a huge mistake in thinking that we're going to get the women of the past who had shame and felt shame and wanted to be better and wanted to improve and never wanted to be that girl around town that had the bad reputation. Those days are over. As a matter of fact, they have learned how to monetize said bad reputation at this point. What we need to do as Black men is we've got to start learning how to ignore these women. They have got to become irrelevant, ghosts. We want sex workers to go away and OnlyFans. We have to stop promoting them. We have to stop putting them in the forefront. They have to become a forgotten society. And the issue is that for some reason, when people start to tie in the ability to get paid off of it, they are willing to forego the ignoring part of it. So as long as you're getting paid, it's like, well, it's not that bad. It's not really me. It's her life. It's not that bad. I'm going to get paid off of it. And I think that's an issue in the Black community. We as Black men, we've got to just stop talking about them all together. Ignore them. Let them just be that part. Okay, they're the underworld. Banish them to the shadow realm and just let them just live there in that world. We don't even discuss them. I'll finish here. I have some family members in my family. My grandmother does not talk about them. Like, she refuses to have a conversation about them on any level. They didn't have kids graduate from college. One of them just became a doctor. She will not talk about them because they have been banished to the shadow realm. They are no longer a part of this family, and we don't discuss them. I think at some point now we got to get to that point where if women don't want to conduct themselves in a certain way that is beneficial to our community, your ass is banished to the shadow realm. We're not talking to you anymore.
And you know what? Exactly. And that's why when I went to my wife's father's funeral, God bless his soul. Let me take a moment. Okay. Now, when I went to the funeral, a lady got up and she said, I see everybody out here crying and I see everybody out here. But this, y'all knew, this man had, I'm looking on the program and we missing a few names of of a few children he had outside his marriage. And they're here today and y'all disrespecting them. It's not their fault that they were born and you should acknowledge them today. My wife was one of those outside children. And so she said, well, y'all stand up. All the kids stood up. That was outside of the marriage. Now, me and my mother-in-law had a long conversation. I said, you know, I know nobody else is going to hold you accountable, but I am. What possessed you to go and sleep with a man that you knew in the little town you're from, you knew he was married, and you fucked him anyway? And that man, therefore, put a seed in you, and you got pregnant. What convinced you to do that? We was having fun. I bet you were. See, it comes to a point, guys, like I told my wife and a whole bunch of other people, we have to start holding hoes accountable. Now, I know what Trey just said, but the reason I said we got to start holding them accountable because now the new generation of young ladies are those hoes again. The hoes are being recycled. They're just coming out younger, just like their mamas. And that's why Sexy Red, her STD lip gloss, that's why it's selling out. That's why when you go to the store, all this clothes right now are sexually exposing little girls who are 10, 11. You can't even find nothing hardly no more that little girls can wear that's not sexual. The whole culture changed because now we're making our young babies hoes. Let me tell you, my daughter, see, I'm very transparent. I think the best parent is the transparent one. My daughter tried it. She's 20. She went to college and tried it. She went down there and lost her motherfucking mind and come back to my house and come out the room trying to go to the Cotton Bowl with some shorts on her ass. She's hanging at the back. I damn near Ric Flair judo slapped the shit out of her. Let me tell you why. Woo! Because I looked at, I was sitting on the couch. She passed by me. I said, what the fuck you want? I said, I said, where's Ashley? I know you punking me. This is punked. I know fucking well you're not wearing it. It's this Halloween. What you are? What you Daisy? From the Dukes of Hazzard? Got to be. Because I know motherfucking well you're not finna walk out the house with that shit on with me. Here go her friend. But she 20. I said, get out of my house. I told her, get out of my house.
Little girl,
yeah, get out of my house. And my daughter told her, my daughter said, don't say nothing to him. Don't say nothing to him. I told my daughter, go take that shit off. I said, matter of fact, bring it here. I needed something to start the fire with tonight. I'm not putting up with this shit. I'm not. And we had some good, we wrapped them fucking jeans around that goddamn firewood. And boy, that shit burned for 2 hours. Good quality Daisy Dukes. I love them. I burn the fuck out of them. Because my thing is, don't come here fucking playing with me, thinking that you're going to go off somewhere and come back different than what I already taught you. I'm not going to have the hoes in my house. And I hope that you women out there who are not holding each other accountable, not even holding the young ladies accountable, these little girls out here, my son to my dad, I got a girlfriend. What she look like? She come out the house. I said, God damn, is that? I'm looking. I said, is that Shaka Khan? Because her titties all out, ass all. I said, wow. And her mama, don't she look beautiful? No, she like a hoe. Just like her mother. And that's when that's when y'all saw the YouTube video when I sat down with my son and I gave him the rules. You cannot date a single mother because the 99% of them don't go get therapy and don't get healed from the abandonment. So I wouldn't recommend that you be with a single mother. Don't be with a woman who did not have a father in her life, because then you double whammy if she got a kid because she's living with abandonment from her father, abandonment from the man who left her with the kid. She's dealing with trauma from having the kid, bathing the kid crying all night. She got to do jobs that she don't want to do to survive. She can't go out. No, she's just living her life. And son, I don't want you to have that little yellow bucket being the cleanup man. I need you to start your own legacy with a woman who has none of those things. And son, it's okay because his aunts were telling him, you better not bring nobody here that ain't black. If y'all can use the same hairbrush, don't bring her here. All that bullshit.
If she can't use your comb,
yeah, don't bring her home. And so my son, I told him, even if it's outside your race, if she's a beautiful girl, she wants to be with you, and you think the best of her, and she thinks the best of you, as long as she's treating you well, that's what you want. And I think men should start teaching that, because these little girls out here now, I hate to say it, they just little hoes. And I'm telling you right now, when you go to the school, and I go to these PTO meetings and they talk about HR and they talk about all these, the sexual nature of these kids now, the girls are way more aggressive than the boys. The girl, matter of fact, I think I got a screenshot right here. I'll show it to y'all. The girl sent my son a text message and said, "When you gonna let me gargle your dick?" This is what she told me. She's 16.
She said gargle. She used the word gargle.
Gargle. She said, "When you gonna let me gargle your dick?" She said,
"I would have drove him over and dropped him off." Shit.
Hey, Black Man, before you go on, can I say something real quick? Because any of you that have teenage children, especially boys, if you have teenage boys, go through his phone and make sure that these little fast-ass girls are not sending him nudes.
Exactly.
Because that is considered child pornography, and he can be arrested. I'll say that again.
Yep.
He can be arrested for receiving child pornography, even though it's his girlfriend and they're the same age. He's the only one that's going to get punished. Go through his phone and make sure that these little fast-tailed girls are not doing that. I don't want to see nobody's child getting caught up in it. That was one of the worst cases I have ever had to work, because the little boy, he's looking at me like, "What did I do wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. But come on, I got to take you down to juvie hall." Like, it doesn't make any sense. Go through their phone.
And she said, "You want to meet me under the bleachers, Phil Peart?" And so I wore a skirt that you could hit me from the back.
Can I step in real quick, y'all?
Yeah, you step in anytime you want.
So I know there's a lot of content creators that we say you should not mess with a woman who have children, right? And I'm one of them. I'm a woman who had a child before I met my husband. So I was a baby mama. And I think my husband showed me a level of grace and mercy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna share something with you. I didn't deserve it. I did not deserve it. Wow. Now there'll be a lot of women who will come on social media and be like, "Oh, I deserve this, I deserve that, and I don't care, and I come with a package." But this is not how I came when I met my king. When he looked at me, he said to me, "You're not supposed to be a baby mother. You're supposed to be a wife." And he said, "Your mouth is the problem, but I'm gonna critique your mouth. It's gonna get better." And I looked at him and I'm like, and I was just dating him. I'm like, what is he talking about? I always talk like this. He was like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna critique it where you're gonna be respectful when you talk to me." So I'm like, okay, what is going on here? And I just met this cat only like 2 weeks into the relationship. I'm like, this man is crazy. So I just want to say this. When we say we don't want them to be with women who have children, I like to just add this. If she has a mindset of change, and she wants to get on his program, then I say go for it. But if she can't get on his program, she doesn't have a mind of change, and she think everything gonna be what it is, and she gonna talk how the way she want to talk, then I say, my brothers, just leave her, because that don't make no sense. Okay? But I can't just sit out here and just say, don't be with no woman that have a child. No, first of all, no parent wants their child, their son, to be with a woman who have a child. This is true, because this is what my husband preached to our son. We don't want you with somebody who have a child. Okay.
Did he have kids? Did he have kids before he met you?
No. My husband had no children. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? So my husband taught our son, don't do this. Don't go into no realm of being with no baby mother, because it's going to be hard. And it takes a certain type of man, and this is the lie that our great grandfathers and great grandmothers taught Black men. Oh, it's a real man that take care of somebody else's baby. This is a lie. This is a lie. Okay. What a real man is a man that's gonna marry and have his own children with the woman. But I'm gonna share something with you. Like I said, my husband showed me grace and mercy. And for that, I will always be thankful. You know what I'm saying? I will always be thankful. I will always appreciate him for the king that he is. I remember telling people on my channel that in my husband's in his bloodline and in his traditions, right? The wife bows to her husband. She bows. She can even get on her knees and bow to him. And let me share something with you. I'm an American woman, born and raised, okay? I have done it many times. And when I had to, my king looked at me and was like, what's going on? I told him, I said, you deserve this. You deserve this. Listen, on all floors, okay? All four. Bowed to my king in front of a lot of people. So it never make me no never mind, because let me share something with you. I know in my mind that this man saved me. And a lot of women won't sit there and believe this, but this man saved you. And a lot of baby mothers, you will sit up here and say, well, he ain't done nothing for me. I ain't got to do nothing for him. I ain't got to respect him, but he saved you from the streets. This is the thing that in our culture that we just miss up. We sit up here and say, black men ain't doing this, black men ain't doing that. But sis, are you taking accountability? You had a baby outside of wedlock. You didn't do the right thing. And now you want this man to come in and save you. But then you will give him all this cock and bull story and disrespect him. I'm just saying, we sit up here and we talk all this rah-rah all night because we saying that black women are the least protected. But we do the most rah-rah. We do the most nonsense to our own men. So how, and I'm gonna land it here, how do we expect our men to protect us when we do the most mess to them? It's not even white supremacy, it's us. We done took up the mantle. It's us doing it to them. So I just want to land it there and say I will forever be thankful to my king, because he's the only one who saw me as wife. That's my take.
I forgot gratitude too. I left out selfishness and gratitude when I was talking. That's something women need to figure out.
I just want to say this, Tiki. Thank you so much for your vulnerability. Thank you for what you just said. I think that what you just said is what we're missing. I think a lot of women today, whether old, some women out here are older, they served tea on the Titanic and still got the same mindset. And they don't get it. And I think that what you just said about what you did for your husband, most women would look at that as slavery. Most women would say, I'm not doing that shit. For what? A man? Hell no, my daddy to live over here. That's not my dad. You're not my daddy. That's not. And I think that what you've come to realize, you are the perfect storm. You started out with, like you said, with foolery. Then you had a baby. But then God said, you know what? This woman has a story to tell. I'm going to zip this life up so good and put a great man in her life, and I will never regret doing it. And now we see the fruit of your labor. So I watch you every day, but I just want to thank you for being the example. Thank you for keep working, keep talking, and let nobody shut you up. Let nobody come when they come for you. Just call your knights. We coming. But I just want you to keep working, because I think you're doing amazing work. And I think the stuff that you're saying, women need to hear. I know there are some women right now. I think half the people that are watching this channel right now and going to watch it later going to have to be on suicide watch, because they're mad, they're upset that you are talking this way and you're not a part of that sisterhood.
Can I say one thing on that point, BMU? Yeah. And this to you, take heed. I don't know if you're doing this already, but what you just described to me is a whole business. You could sit down and open a whole business about talking to single mothers on how they need to behave and act if they want to really be wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
You could actually consult. I don't know if you're doing that already, because that's what they need. That's what the understanding that they need to have, and they don't. A lot of women just don't. You know, you're coming with a package deal, and automatically you need to be humble. Period. That's right. Just right off you just automatically need to be humble. And on the flip side, there ain't a lot of men who have that understanding that your husband does either. You know, really, some guys, they go for the woman with the kid, but they don't even do any kind of vetting or scrutiny on how they're going to have authority over another man's kid in their own household. They don't even know how to deal with that. So, you know, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. All I heard was, man, this can really help some people.
It can. It really can.
Especially single women. I mean, we got an epidemic in single. It's like if you were Undertaker, right? Because that job never goes out of style, right? There's so many women out there who want to be married, that have kids, and they have to realize that their market value, not their personal value, is lowered. And they need to hear. They just need to hear that kind of stuff. And they're not going to be able to do it in 1 session, 2 sessions, 3. They're going to really need to hear that. Anyway,
I want to say to JT before you go, I'm going to get these cash outs out the way real quick. Thank you so much. Take heed to the message for your $5 cash app. I appreciate you. Let's see, Lady Navoa, thank you for your $2 cash app. I appreciate you. Black David, y'all, is at a stripping conference, so he wasn't with us tonight. Black David, thank you so much for your $20 cash app as well. I appreciate you. Guys, if you want to give to the channel, the cash app is rolling at the bottom of the screen if you want to donate to the channel. If you don't have anything to donate, I do take something for free, which is the old subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Also, hit the share button as well to share this content with others. All right. I know you guys are having a good time out there tonight. Are you sustaining the number? Y'all ain't dropping off or nothing. So Anissa sitting up here. We want to get Anissa married, but after tonight. After tonight.
You go to the Take Heed boot camp.
The Take Heed boot camp. Right. Because I can hear Take Heed at boot camp. I can hear her at boot camp right now.
I am good. Do not worry about me, please. Don't worry about me. Good.
Okay. I'm going you.
Hey, JT in boot camp when the Marines got out of line, what they do? They punched him in the stomach, didn't they?
Yeah.
They punched him right in the stomach.
Hit him with that soap.
Because I want to hear. I just want to hear Take Heed say one thing. You modern women are grabastic pieces of amphibian shit. If I hear her say that, I'm going to be overwhelmed in support. But Anissa, what are your thoughts about what you've heard Take Heed say and what you've heard the other people on the panel say? Because I know that that you see things differently when it comes to this subject. So what are your thoughts? Do you think black women are the most disrespected or the most disrespectful? That's the question. We'll start with you.
Let me be honest here. This took a whole other path than
yes.
I thought it was going to take. But hey, it turned out to be great. Great content, great show. I agree. I see both sides of it, to be honestly. I see where the men are coming from. I also see my perspective. I think that there are Black women that are disrespected. And I definitely see, the sides that the men have, the ways that women are disrespectful to men. I definitely think that Black women need to do some work. I don't know if this generation though can really be saved, to be honest. I don't know what, I just cannot even think of what can be done to change the younger generation at this point. I'm really dumbfounded about it. And that's just being honest. I don't know what can be done, but something has to be done if we want a different result in our community, if we want marriages to go up, if we want relationships to be different, if we want things to change. Exactly what that is and how that's going to happen, I'm honest. I don't know what that's going to take. but I see both sides, to be honest. I don't like it from my perspective. I don't like when I get on these panels and it's always women this, women that. I definitely think women need accountability. I think men need accountability, because at the end of the day, like you all always love to remind us, you all are the leaders. You're our covering. You're our protectors. You're the providers. So, and it starts with the men. Women follow men. And I feel so many times that it's just constantly women. It's the woman's fault that this happened. It's the woman's fault that this happened. It's the woman's fault that this is happening. And I sometimes I just sit here and I'm like, where is the male accountability?
Nessa, can I ask you a question?
Sure you can.
What if every woman tonight got up in the morning who are married or seriously dating, got up in the morning and they all did what take heed to the message that she did to her man, for her man, and they bowed down and they understood who's the strongest vessel, who was the king, who was the head of house. They respected it. They didn't disrespect it. The women weren't cursing. They didn't have bad attitudes. They just got up and said, "Good morning, baby. How can I serve you this morning? Would you like some breakfast? The kids are already up for school. Is there anything I need to do while you're at work today? Is there anything I need to stop and get on the way home today? Well, if I can't, baby, I just want you to know I love you. And I need you, and I appreciate everything you do in this house and for this house." If women were to talk like that to their men, I think YouTube would go out of business. There would be no panels. There would be no shows. Trey would be married.
No, it wouldn't.
Right?
Hold on a second, Anissa. What you mean, no? Are you saying I'm not a capable husband?
Trey would be married.
I was just saying, you said you didn't want to be married. That's what you said.
No. He didn't want to be married. He didn't want to be.
No, not to today's women. No, I don't.
Right, but if
they were acting like what Black Man just said, I'd be more than happy to.
But if women were on all fours, saying that.
Yeah, if women were. Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, if women,
hang on,
you're not gonna come on now.
I mean, most of y'all catch babies on all fours. What you complaining about?
Ray doubled up on that one.
You on all fours, getting that good, but you won't bow to your man.
I'm almost certain you've been on all fours quite a bit in your lifetime.
I don't have no babies.
You know what I find funny in this? You know what I find funny?
So you
hang on.
And when I was a wife. I was married. Okay.
You know what I find funny about women?
The microwave was on.
I know what I find funny about women. You guys fight submissiveness so much. You guys fight the submissiveness so much, but I never see y'all fighting it in the bedroom. Y'all never fight submissiveness in the bedroom. Y'all are the most submissive women I've ever seen. As soon as we get butt naked and you get vulnerable. I don't get no back. Hang on. I don't get no back talk. I don't get no challenge. You do exactly what I tell you to do, when I tell you to do it, how I tell you to do it. But as soon as the clothes get put back on, it's like you put on some sort of a shield again, and now all of a sudden you're not submissive anymore. But 10 minutes ago, I had you hanging by your ankles, giving you that work. What are we talking about? Y'all, you know what irritates me about Black women? Y'all absolutely know how to be submissive. You guys show it every night. You know how to do this. All I need to do is to transfer it from the bedroom to the real world so y'all can get some damn husbands. So you can stop being so disrespected.
That's what I was saying, Trey. All I was going to do is correct you. They're the most submissive, unsubmissive.
Right.
Well, no. Right. Y'all are missing it, though. Y'all are missing it. It takes 10 minutes for the DNA you put in them to get to their fucking brain. That's you fighting with you, bro. Y'all don't like yourselves. Like, that's honestly what it is. You don't put the range in her, and now she got to argue with you because it's you, Trey.
I've never once had a Black woman argue with me in bed. Never.
No, that's because you done put. That's when you put the DNA in her, bro. Once it's there,
do it this way. I don't like that position. I'm tired. I've had women on top of me, and I can see her legs are shaking. She's cramping. And if I tell her keep going, guess what? She fighting through it. She enduring. She's going through it. She's fighting through it. Her legs are shaking. She's cramping. She can't take it no more. And I'm telling her to keep going. But as soon as we get outside the bedroom, y'all act like y'all can't do this no more.
Hey, baby, can you give me a sandwich? Ooh, I ain't
Yeah, make your own sandwich.
Trey, no, but I will say this, though. I want to address this.
Sandwich.
I very much dislike when Black women who are working, who have shown that they're wives and that they're moms and that they're nurturing, they're doing the fucking work. I don't like when Anissa said, "What you want me to be on all fours saying that?" Well, according to what I just said, if you were to stand on the left and there was another woman to your right, and she was the one that said what Take Heed said, how many men would go to her and how many men would go to you?
I think it depends on what that man.
It don't depend. Let me go and cut to the chase. It don't depend. It don't depend, baby. No. It don't depend.
He specifically said that she felt.
No, man.
Didn't you say you felt like he saved you? That's what she specifically.
No. I didn't say I felt like he saved me. I said he saved me.
You ain't no feeling. It's a feeling.
Nah, he
knows.
That's
what she
said. I didn't say he felt like. I said no. He saved me.
He saved her.
Yes.
Right. I don't know.
So what you're saying in this is some women don't want to be saved. They just want that wood. Is that what you're saying?
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Jose loyal. You gotta find somebody.
I don't know that every woman needs to be saved, but I think that she's blessed that she found someone, like she said, that gave extended grace to her. Because, like most of you talk about on these panels, Take Heed would not be your first choice if you had a
bullshit.
Men on the panel always don't want single mothers.
Bullshit.
Hold on. So that's what she's
if Take Heed got on this panel next week and say, I'm newly divorced, she'd be married in 6 months.
Before the sun go down.
God forbid. No.
Y'all be forgetting to be watching.
He be watching.
Hey.
Hold on.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I gotta agree with this one. Single mothers are not my first choice.
That's true.
I'm saying, be honest. Y'all say that all the time.
But wait, Anissa. It might not be a first choice, but single mothers are getting married.
I don't have any choice.
Like, let's be honest. It's the same way.
No, a lot of times on these panels, I have heard men say that.
But Anissa, you know what else men say on panels all the time? That we don't want to marry the biggest women on the planet, but they still be marrying y'all's asses. What are you talking about?
It's a difference between I'm going to say this and I'm going to let JT rock. It's a difference between an egg that fell on the floor and an egg that went into a cake. JT, go ahead.
I'm just saying that some men on these panels say they don't want women that are single mothers. That's all I'm saying.
On the floor.
And I've heard that plenty of times. I'm not in.
Anissa, would you like to know why?
Doesn't apply to me, but I've heard a lot of men say
Anissa,
that.
would you like to know
why? You don't care.
Would you like to know why?
Who is who? Who am I talking to?
Lost in translation. You're talking to what?
I'm he who is. That's who you're talking to. You're talking to him. That's my pronouns. I am him, and I am he who is. That's what my pronouns are. But before I get started, I'm gonna let JT handle this because he was waiting so patiently. And as a gentleman, and as a man of my word, I'm gonna yield the floor to JT.
Go ahead, Jay.
So look, what was missing was that what Take Heed was telling you is that first and foremost there was grace, right? But you also got to understand. But you also got to understand that grace, you have to have faith that grace is going to be presented to you. That's the thing that a lot of people lose. They lose faith in that whole thing about grace. So when we do say, listen, you got to understand, the message will be to the younger generation, to younger men. Listen, you 18, 19, 20 years old. Why would you want to start your life out being with a woman that has children, that already has a family? And we have to explain the dynamics to them. You got to deal, it's a lot of dynamics that come with that. You got to deal with the kids and the mama. Can you discipline them? Do you have to do they have a relationship with the father? Do she have a relationship with him? Is it good? Is it bad? It's not a good thing either way. It's just a bunch of dynamics with it. So if you have a man that's going to come in your life, at least that man has to be, for one, established. How many 22-year-olds, how many 20-year-olds do you know that's established in their life? So if they out there and they want to be in this thing called dating, courting, so they can get married, why would they waste their time with somebody that already has a baby daddy? Most of these women don't have a father for their children. They have a baby daddy. So that's something that's different. However, as you get older in life, there's something that we call grace. This is the thing that we do where we say, well, listen, I understand these dynamics. I'm cool with it. And I'm going to give this person grace. And we give each other grace. This is how we survive in this world. At the end of the day, it goes to what Trey was saying. We have to start practicing some things called ignore. We point it out, but we look at it like they're in a zoo. You see that over there? You see that right shit over there? Don't you ever be like that. Don't you ever date like that. You know, that's what we do. We don't sit back and play with the goddamn monkeys. That ain't what we do. We try to keep the people away from them. So this is the thing that we have. It's not first and foremost, let's keep it 100. Men and women work better together. It's just these ideologies that we have, man. That shit is what keeps us apart. You got a bunch of goddamn idiots out here. We already have men that's idiots. Guess what we end up doing as men? Ousting their ass. Look at how many men that have brought their ass on this panel. Just you see it in full color. Motherfucker done brought their ass on this panel. They ain't never came back again. We will move their ass away. This is what men do with other men. They separate the shot in their ass. We know how to do it.
Exactly.
We don't sit there and dance with them and all that shit. That's not what we're doing. So if women want to have that man, you're going to have to be willing to follow that man. Yes, that man has to be followable. That motherfucker has to be a man of integrity, a man that is willing to strive, all these different things. He can conquer all of these, his own demons. He's willing to do a lot of things. A lot of that shit comes from the will to do something, because we got flaws. We some flawed motherfuckers out here. That's what we have to do. But the number one thing that I'm going to end with this, that we have to know and we have to have faith in, is that there's this thing called grace that we all have to lend to one another. Mm-hmm. Every one of us. And when we judge one another, we do it with discernment. And sometimes my judgment comes with me ignoring your ass, pointing you out and saying, don't go down that road right there. And I'm going to end it like that.
And let me throw this in there real quick. Real quick, Taki, before you go. As a man, it's also something we have to work on. I have to work on giving people grace. Mm-hmm. I'm not the easiest person to give somebody grace. I'm very harsh, especially on women. So even me, it's a project in me that I've got to work on that myself. Like JT said, nobody's perfect. So that's something that I have to be. You know, everybody's not the worst woman in the world. You know what I mean? So I have to give them a little bit of grace, and that's a project I have to work on myself. Go ahead.
So what I wanted to say is that the real problem that we have in our community, right, with our sisters, the real problem is that you don't want nobody to tell you nothing. That's the truth.
There you
go. You don't want nobody to tell you nothing. Our sisters, we don't want nobody to tell us nothing. We think that we know everything. I'm gonna share this little tip. There's a woman that I work with, right? She is a director, okay, of ultrasound. Mm-hmm. Beautiful Caucasian woman, very nice. She's married to a brother. They on a 5th house. Okay? 5th house. Her husband don't make close to what she made. but they work together. They've been married over 16 years. They work together. And I'm going to share something with you. This man that she married, he showed her grace. She brought a baby. She was a baby mama, and he showed her grace. And she always tell me, I will forever be thankful to my king for showing me grace. This is the thing. Black men can show grace. They can show it. They have it in them. But it's just the woman has to learn how to humble herself. But because we can't be taught nothing, Big Mama, Auntie, Godmama, all of them done told us that the men gonna be there. We could do whatever we want to do. They gonna be there. But this is a lie that they taught us. Because you can go out here and do all types of foolery, and when you get older, you will end up with nobody. Because we don't teach these women the right thing. Close your legs, clink, clink. We don't teach them that. We teaching them nonsense. So this is the problem. This is the problem. We can't be taught nothing. But women from other races can take a man who make 30 to 40K or 50K a year, and they could be making under, and both of them can build an empire. But we sit up here, the younger women from our lineage will sit up here and say, a man got to make this type of money. And you only bringing in 20, 30K a year. You got to go sit down. Because this man, and this is the thing that I love about our men, they will make close to 70, 80, 90 a year. And they will take a woman who make 20 to 30 a year. You want to know why? Because he sees wife in her. He ain't got to get no boss chick that's making 90 something thousand a year. He don't need that. He needs somebody that's going to be submissive, that's going to follow the rule. She's going to follow the role. She's going to get on his assignment. She's going to get on his team. This is what a black man needs. This is the only problem that a black man have, is that his sister don't want to get on the team. She'll tell him, I can make my team by myself. And then we got all these baby kids running around here talking about, I'm going to steal from the Nike store and snatch everything out of the Nike store. When the Nike store got robbed, I immediately knew it was us. Okay? And that's the sad part. Because we sitting around here talking about we don't need no men, but our kids are running amok. I'm done.
Lord have mercy. Can we get the collection plate?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and follow up what Tech Key's saying, because I really love what she said. And sometimes when she puts these nuggets out here, I don't think people really pay attention to what she's saying. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to give you an example. Earlier, Anissa said, I don't know if we can fix this or not. How do we get in this situation? How can we fix this? Well, I'm going to give you a little clue. Tech Key just gave you a clue too. The same weapon you used to tear black men down, you're going to have to use to build them up. For the last 50 years, you told the world that your man wasn't nothing. Well, guess what you got to do for the next 50 years? You got to humble yourself. And you're going to have to doggone put that pride aside and tell the world you got the greatest man on the planet. That's the only way you're going to fix it. And I'm going to tell you, there's a principle behind that as well, too. When you edify your man, there's going to be people who's going to want to do business with him. And as a result of that, he's going to be able to elevate his family and his community. I've seen it done before. Before we started talking trash about each other, man, couldn't nobody stop us. That's the reason why they burned down these little towns in Oklahoma and all these other places in Black Wall Street, because they saw what was coming. They saw what was coming. And my thing is this: in order for us to fix that, the same weapon you use to tear us down, you're going to have to use to fix it. And you know the problem with that is everybody's not going to want to be on the same page. They're going to be people who are going to call you a pick-me. They're going to be people who are going to tell you that you ain't did this and you ain't did this and you ain't did that. But let me tell you something. If your man and your God are on your side, it don't matter what nobody else says. It doesn't. They weren't going to help you anyway. So why would you go ahead and click up with some people who not building? That train ain't going nowhere. If I was you, I would probably link up with the next man heading up out of here and say, hey, look, where you want to go? This is you want to build something, let's go ahead and do that. That's the only way we're gonna fix it. Men are tired of talking about it. I'm just being honest. There are days I don't want to get on these panels and talk about this because the answer to fix this is to fix your mouth. Even the Bible tells you that. The power of life and death is in the tongue. It's in the tongue. Boy. So my thing is this: if you fix your mouth, you can fix your future. And I'm gonna leave it there. Black man, it's over.
And you know what? Can I translate that for the people in the back? That
hey, y'all gonna have to leave something on the plate here, man. Between loss and take heed,
scraps.
Y'all cleaning the plate. I mean bars, bro. Bars.
They left you scraps, Trey.
To add to what Lost in Translation said, when he said, when you got God and your man on your side, the Bible says in Genesis 2:24, a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they become one. So let me translate that. If you right here saying your man ain't shit, like he said for the last 50 years, if your man ain't shit, you ain't shit because y'all one. If your man ain't shit, you ain't shit because y'all are one. If you're married and your man is falling, it is your job because you were created to help. You were created to, when that man leaned back like this in the bed, he's so tired because he worked a 12-hour shift. He don't think he can make it. He needs you to put your hands in at the top of his back and push him up and whisper in his ear, I appreciate you and I love you. And I know this next 12 hours is going to be hard, baby, but I'm going to be right here when you get home. He needs that. That man needs to be lifted. He needs to be loved. He needs to be nurtured. He needs to, there's nothing worse than a woman with a horrible mouth. The Bible says it is better to sleep on the rooftop of your house than inside the house with a quarrelsome woman. It is better to eat fruit with a woman you love than eat steak with a woman you hate. Jesus Christ. I could do this all day. When you fix, like he said, God, if you fix your mouth and stop talking to your man, bitch ass nigga, you ain't shit, that your daddy wasn't shit, why you here, I don't like you, the kids don't like you, I don't care about these niggas, I'm getting a divorce, I'm filing for divorce. Why are you filing for divorce? Because I don't like him. I remember a Kevin Samuels episode in Lost in Translation. You can verify this. When the woman left her husband, she said he worked every day. He took care of her every day financially. He was a leader of the house. And he got cancer and he couldn't work as much as he wanted to anymore. And she left him because he had cancer.
And Kevin said, you are the most horrible woman that ever walked the face of the earth.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I remember too.
You left your husband because he had cancer, and then he beat the cancer. Listen, I'm trying to understand what happened to grandmama and them. I'm talking about the good ones. I'm talking about the women that talk, the elder, because the Bible says the elder need to talk to the young women to keep them from being drunk and prostitutes. They need to teach them how to love their husband. What happened to those women? I remember my grandmother pulling girls to the side when their skirts were too high and said, you need to go change your clothes. That is not presentable out here amongst these men. What happened to that? Now it's you got to have 100,000. You got to have 1 million. But back in the day, a dozen of eggs and a pork chop was enough. You see what I'm saying? It was all about love. It was all about building. Now you got to have the fucking foundation, the goddamn house. You got to have homeowners association. You got to have, everything has to be already there. Women don't want to build no more. I think I heard some women on the panel, and I think Anissa was one of them that said a man already has to be established when they come to them.
It's called hoflation.
Yeah.
Well, if he does all of that, why does he need you? You're supposed to be a helper. You are here with no function.
No
function.
No. Lost in translation. It's not that. The issue is these women will then go, oh, you've got to be established to step to me. But like the same dude that can step to you can go fuck a 25-year-old. So you got to shame him into giving you some sort of semblance of competition. The other thing y'all do is you give these little 25-year-old chicks out here in the dating market terrible advice because you competing with them. And that's the reason you put out these dumb ideologies, because you're where you're at. And if they come in and they act like take heed, you ain't got a shot in hell of getting nobody.
Nothing. And you know what? Stop being try me toys. I think most women out here being try me toys. You know, when you go to Walmart and they got the button try me and everybody can come and push it. Everybody can come hear it moan. Everybody can come hear it laugh. Try me. Push the button. Try me. Try me. Ain't nobody buying your ass, but everybody trying you. And then when your battery run out, you're looking for somebody to come change them.
You know what, Ray? I just thought about something you just said.
All right, Black.
Right,
Let's get ahead of
let me show you. I'm gonna give it back to y'all. Here's the, I'm gonna give it back to y'all in just a second. Ray, the reason why I said that they're supposed to help is because they don't respect you after you got it because they didn't see how you got it. Right. That's the reason why they don't respect you. They don't need to be a part of nothing that you built from the ground up because they are not entitled to it because they did not help.
Well, but lost in translation.
Play that, Loss.
The reality of it is
you don't trust them, Loss. You don't trust them because she wasn't there when you were building it.
You're right.
Well, it's Trey. It's not even that.
She wasn't in the gym shooting, man.
Lost in translation. Put the nail on the head. She doesn't. They won't respect you. That's the issue. But that's a specific group of women. Other women will. Now you can come in and hit all fours and give me the respect I deserve as a man. 100%.
But Ray,
but that's the reality of it is the women who come in that have this like standoffish chip on their shoulder, you're getting passed up for anybody else, regardless of what the situation is. I would rather have a chick who's going to hit all fours and be appreciative of me than a chick with no kids that's coming in going, well, you ain't shit and I'm entitled to this. What are we talking about?
But reckless. I hate, but you know what? I'm going to say this, guys. I got to say it. I wasn't going to say it, but I got to. Why is it that you, when she meets you, you have to be established, but everybody else that gave her a raggedy dick didn't have to do anything?
Also that.
You fucked 10 niggas. One just got out of jail. One work at McDonald's. One sweeping bathrooms at Burger King. One is over putting chili on the hot dog at Sonic. You giving him all the pussy. But then a man come who is established, who wants to take care of you and your nappy-head son who ain't got a haircut in 2 years, and he got to be established. He got to have $100,000. But the man that was pounding your ass out, them other 9, 10, 12, I ain't going to say 9, 10, 12, that's a low number. Them other 36, 46, and 56, they don't have to have nothing. Nothing. Anissa, let me ask you a question. Let me ask Anissa a question. Anissa, I ain't gonna ask you. I ain't gonna ask the number. But Anissa, back in the day, you know, when you were, you know, twerking, working, and throwing it for swerking, all those men didn't have to be established, did they?
Well, let me correct you, first of all. Okay. Don't put me in the category that you like to put all women in. I never was twerking and quirking or whatever the heck that you just said. I was never one of you. You were twerking for your husband? Absolutely. You said when I was single. Did you say when I was single?
You said single.
I did. Okay.
You said single.
Okay, single.
Okay, so that's why I say don't put me in the category that you like to put all women in, like all women are doing that, because that's absolutely not the case.
That's the majority of them, though.
But maybe the ones you know, but not the ones that
we all know.
I don't know. My friend circle is not that, but I know that it does exist. But you asked me the question directly, and I'm saying don't put me in that category because I never was that person.
You know, there was some good nuggets here.
Hold on now, hold on. You say all your friends. Out of your friends now, take Anissa out of your friends now. You ain't in all them bedrooms now. And the statistics show 3 out of 5 women are hoes.
Some of them are twerking and working.
This is lying. Which friend were you?
Okay, go ahead, Trey.
Which one were you?
Oh, she got you that. I ain't getting you none tonight. Look.
I love it. Don't sprinkles for you, Trey.
None of that right there.
Time. Now listen. Listen, I think you're lying. I think you was out there. Well, it would have been doing a Tootsie Roll and popping that thing.
You don't need from a can of paint, and you're gonna tell me
rumps and the bumps and all that back in the day.
He's a detective, Vanessa. He has an expert opinion.
Hey, Trey, that young nigga walk around the house with leopard thongs on, dancing for and shit.
You telling me you wasn't out there in this?
I always liked a certain type of guy. That's just me. I always liked a certain type of.
And what type of guy is that?
What type of guy is that?
I'm curious.
I always, when I was in college, I always dated the guys that were in the same college that I was in. So it was always the guys that were, pre-med or whatever. I always liked the nerdy guy, the intellectual guy. I never did. I never did that. I never did that. So
the guy with potential.
What BMU was saying, because all women don't fall in that category. I never did that thing. I never.
No, not all of them. Not all women.
I never
say
wanted
this.
the athletes, because all my girlfriends that dated the football players and stuff got dogged out by the football players. I liked the nerdy guy that was in the book that was going somewhere. I always liked and chose that type of guy.
Man, nerds are nasty in this. So what you talking about? Like nerds are nasty too.
I'm not gonna say every. I'm gonna retract my statement.
But I'm just saying that everybody's not thugging and bugging.
They undercover nasty in this. Quit playing.
Anissa, I'm gonna retract my statement. Anissa, I'm gonna retract my statement. Not all women are out here riding penis. Okay, but I will say this. Like women like Oprah. Oprah is not at the house with Stedman and another guy. She's over there eating Gail out. See what I'm saying? So it's like they're not. It's not like it's a duality, right? If they're not riding penis, they're landing their tongues on landing strips, and so it's one of those things. So I think a lot of women are hiding that too. A lot of women are not talking about this.
That some women are selective. It's not possible that
selectively gay.
Well, no. They're selective after they fuck their lives up. 100%. A lot of women are selective after they fucked up.
Hold on. Sometimes
majority that's on this panel.
Sometimes, I'm gonna say this though. All jokes aside, sometimes when women get to a certain age, they can no longer be selective because the men that you want. Those men that are doctors and lawyers that you want, they want the 27-year-old that can give them children.
Anissa, you have never had to veer from my type at my age, and I still don't have to go to Pookie and Ray Ray.
Anissa,
no.
Anissa, hang on. Anissa, you gotta lighten up a little bit. You drinking wine and you the tightest person up here. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Drinking water in this, so you gotta hydrate.
Listen to me. Baby, you gotta lighten up a little bit. You are wound up tight. Lighten up.
Did you hear Trey call her baby?
You drinking the red wine. What you got over? Cabernet? What you got? What you drinking?
Cabernet.
Okay.
Detective Trey got her.
Relax a little bit. Calm down. That's all right. We all friends here. We're all friends here.
Hey, Trey, you sure you're not in another room in that house?
All kind of yelling.
Right.
I love it.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If I was in another room in that house and she didn't have a couple glasses of wine, we wouldn't be on this stream right now. Okay.
Again, Trey. Hey, you better. I saw Nissa start dancing then, but that was no type that was playing that music like that, wasn't it?
Boy, Nissa got wetter than a beach towel over there. She ready. Like, look at she disappeared.
Loosen right on up.
Now I did put it.
Play with me if you want to. I know what that wine do. Get you loose.
Look at her. She ready now.
Having flashbacks, you know what I'm saying?
She said, "Come give Anissa a bliss."
All that prim and proper went out the window, didn't it? 3000 hit, didn't it?
Yeah, she was ready, boy.
I just want to say this real quick. I'm so happy I'm about to go upstairs in a few minutes.
Look, hey, I've said this before. That type of it's contagious. When women hear from other, they be like, "Yeah, where my man at?"
Anissa, you in what part of the country you in?
Florida.
Okay. And y'all don't opposite sides of the world.
Man, but Trey got an unlimited budget, so I don't know.
Okay, guys, whatever you send hold on. Whatever you guys send we're gonna get a Nissa.
Rich, I am a poor man. I broke.
Now listen, Trey, look at the house behind you. Imagine coming through that door back there. Nissa sitting on the damn counter by the Keurig in the toaster. Got you a cup of Folgers coffee.
So it's so funny, man.
She got
you. Listen, let me ask you.
Break the counter in the door.
Anissa, how you like your steak?
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
We might be able to get somewhere with this. Okay.
She like it hard.
This might be going.
She like it hard, but a little soft on the end.
She like it raw.
Like old dirty bastard. Baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
Let's have a moment of silence for every man who tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. Okay, bow your head with me, please.
That's all. We all friends.
Oh God.
There we go.
You want
hold on. Let me ask this a question before we move on. Nissa, if you got a knock on the door right now, and Trey was standing there in a Miami bathrobe, and he opened it up and said, "I'm here for you," what would you do?
BMU, stop it.
I just want you to answer the question.
Stop it.
You had a couple.
What kind of question is that?
You had a couple. You had a couple of glasses. Listen, you had a couple of glasses of wine, and I know you want to feel the pressure from behind, and you would let him go in that bedroom. Come on now. Come on.
I would never incriminate myself on a live. Come on.
Shake his hand.
Let me set the mood for right quick. This music like to.
White School Podcast said, "Yes, Daddy."
Oh, she said gargle.
White school know what time it is. White school know what time.
Man,
you know what time it is.
You wasn't even here for that joke.
Hey, White School Podcast. They ain't got nothing on her, boy. She'll pull a whole city off of your ass. White School, shout out to White School, goddamn it.
White School got about 15 different wigs too, so she can be anybody.
That's fucked up.
I blame Anissa for this whole live tonight. I blame Alyssa for this whole live.
She could be Michelle Obama, Tina Turner, Shaka Khan,
T-Bar, Chili, and Left Eye. You know what I'm saying?
And anybody you need her to be, she can be.
That's cool. That is cool.
See, you never know about me. What bag am I see? You know,
Anissa says she's not going to incriminate herself on the live. So what that means is that Trey would actually absolutely get lucky tonight. So thank you so much, Anissa, for alluding to what you really want. So any cash apps you send from this moment on, it will be we're going to donate it to the Nissa Trey Foundation.
The condom fund.
Nissa Trey Foundation.
Put it in the condom fund.
Oh my goodness.
And Nissa Trey, and then when they have a baby, it will call Ashtray. We're gonna have those babies come through. But yeah, so we get Trey down in Florida with some shorts and a white beat on, knock at that door when she had about 3 or 4 glasses of wine. She definitely gonna let him put the pressure from behind. But that's neither here nor there. We already got them hooked up. Y'all already got Take Heat ready to go upstairs and tackle her husband. Absolutely. Yeah. Black David in the back, he took his shirt off. So the Black David put his shirt back on.
Cut it out.
Pull that motherfucker back down. I saw you. Listen.
Bone clutcher, cut it out. Bone clutcher, cut it out.
You know,
I'm watching you.
Not bone crusher. That's funny.
I know you ain't never scared. What?
You ain't never.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Oh, now you would have thought that now, boy.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I know I was playing the beat last night. You was like,
What is it? I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
You can't
All
help
right.
it. Stop,
Okay,
stop
guys.
capping.
Okay.
Stop capping.
Okay. Oh, guys, this has been a great time.
Toxic shit.
Anissa came on this show tonight and showed her ass. And so I just want to thank her.
I apologize.
You know,
I
speak.
apologize to Take Heed, though. I'm
No,
so sorry.
Anissa, when you on that liquor, your conversation get thicker. So every week, just bring your glass of wine.
Apologize to the rest of us.
No, Alyssa, it was
Hey,
good.
you noticed-
It was good.
you noticed
honey.
the
It was
women never
good.
apologize
You
to
did
the men?
wonderful. You was doing some messed up.
Hey, Rich, you ever notice that the women always apologize to each other? Courtney Michelle was on there.
What about
Courtney
us?
Michelle was on there, and she apologized to Take Heed. Ain't saying nothing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always apologize to each other, but they'll never apologize to the men.
Oh Lord.
We got so much work to do in this community with these women.
So much work to do in the community, brother.
Yeah, job is it's going to take a generation or two.
That's not true, Trey, because I apologized to somebody on BMU before, and it was a man. Only because my king told me I had to. He was like, "You was disrespectful. Fix that."
Hey.
All right, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate you all, man. Thank you so much for coming tonight. This was a great conversation. Take heed to the message. Make sure you guys go subscribe, please. I don't know I just don't understand why you're not subscribed. You're not subscribed. You're just a hater. You're just a hater. So stop shacking up with Take Heed and be a part of the family. Go over there and hit the subscribe button, okay?
Yeah. You know, they was trying, that sisterhood's trying, they trying to attack Take Heed and SBU, but they joining forces. They on their ass, boy, right now.
On their
said, what these women out here, they ain't being, they unapologetic now. They are, look, and it's starting to get more and more women to speak up and speak against the bullshit. So I myself commend you ladies for doing y'all thing, man.
That's right.
Yep. And you know, pick me. And guess what? They talking about you to pick me. I'm gonna play this for them every time.
You know, it's funny. I got a subscription to Take Heed too. But I was on Tough Topics podcast a while back, and she went on rant. She had a podcast called "Why Women Ruin Lives," and she was just talking about a wife and what she's been doing. I said, you know what? I sent her a message.
Black Man Unfiltered Network. We ain't here to play nice. We're here to flip everything they told you was normal.